Bad man party. No karate, a shotty rolling with the
That's
black party. Ready?
That's the left start.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Don't know somewhere we'll just get here. Representing Fruit Sports TV. Yeah, and we're back with another video tonight. The usual Jiggy, it's been a minute. How everything?
Yeah, man, back at it again now. I was making some breasts and buttocks for the fans. You know? So.
That the party life. Tell them say he has plastic surgeon before anybody go get it.
No, I was making some accessories. I was helping to make some accessories for the fans. So I was kind of busy.
Yes, you would have serious issues.
Anyways, Greg and Black, so I go on. Everything up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All is well. Canada is not snowing at the moment. It is raining, you know. Nice springtime.
So the dog them are forward up from yard, them can go to the door, go make beer.
Yeah, man. The dog them can go to the dog and roll out in the mud and enjoy themselves.
Rex and his friend them go do road.
Yeah, man, good weather, good weather.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have a lot to cover tonight, and we're not wasting time. Tonight we're gonna start in Italy, where Inter has finally break the spell, you know. Up the throne, Juventus, and taking the Serie A. Blacks. You know, you're one who always advocate for somebody dethrone Juve. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm extremely happy about it, you know. And we have been talking about Farmers League all over the place for the last couple of years, because you know that has been the negative about some of the leagues around Europe over the last couple of years. You know, Germany, France, and Italy. You know, they have become Farmers League with, and also even Scotland. Because we can't leave them out, because there is a league going on in Scotland too. And you know, you would have one team running away with it for the longest, and it's good to see somebody else step up. And a team like Inter, you know, I've always been happy whenever I see Inter and AC doing well in Italy. I think those are teams that are needed in world football to do good. You know, whenever they are doing good, I think overall football is better for it. And the fact that a bunch of Manchester United rejects forward over there and doing it, you know, as a Liverpool fan, you even feel better. Like you say, look at it. Maybe if they had stayed at Man U would be winning the title this year. You know, imagine if they have a quality centre forward like Romelu Lukaku right now. What they have been crying out for, you know. You know, I have somebody like Ashley Young to give a spell to Wan-Bissaka when he's not doing anything offensively. You know, it could have been different. But Conte also being a coach who is very pig-headed, a coach who burn out quickly everywhere he goes. You know, he went to Chelsea, he won there, but then him and people didn't have the best relationship. And even right now, last year, he almost quit at the end of the year. You know, there was a lot of contention between him and the board and the owners to step in and sit down with them and do a lot of mending offenses, you know. But it also shows that a coach can have a vision and him can put it out there and things can happen from it. And Conte really has shown people that he's one of the top coaches across the world. And as much as people don't like him, and some people don't even like his style, because he's a counter-attacking football coach, you know, with him 3-5-2 formation, which a lot of people don't stick to. You know, most people switch to that occasionally, but he has stick with it and make it his thing, you know, and counter-attack out your life. But you can see that there's some quality there. He's not just doing it as a side project, you know. He believes in this type of football, and I say overall I'm happy to see what's going on in Italy, and the fact that Juve might even miss the Champions League, that would be the greatest thing if I see them miss the Champions League. Just like how Liverpool about to miss it, I wouldn't mind have some company, you know. But that's all I have to say about Italy at the moment.
Like we are admit to Liverpool, we just miss it.
Oh no, well, it's the likely scenario is that we will miss it, you know. Right now, based on the standing, the likely scenario is that Liverpool would miss it, and I would love if the Juventus could join us, you know. And but probably won't happen.
All right, cool. Jiggy Dan.
Yeah, we've been discussing Inter Milan for some time now, and I've said that their squad is deep enough. They should be competing in this round of the Champions League. That's how I look at the Inter Milan squad. And I believe that I am one of those people. I don't rate Conte as any coach. I'm saying? Yes, he has won with Chelsea. He has won with Inter now. But I don't rate him as any top coach. I mean, that 3-5-2, I think he plays is kind of horrible. When you look at the football, the counter-attacking, the negative football, and you look at the people that he has the Eriksen's there, he has the Hakimi there, he has the, Brozovic, or whatever his name is. He has Sensei there. Yes, he has tons of quality players that his style of play didn't allow him to do well in the Champions League. And they should be very disappointed for that. And I understand the excitement. I don't think they have won the league in the last 10 years. I understand the excitement for the international, whatever you pronounce that, fan base. But I'm looking forward to Inter next year if Conte somehow can adjust his game to fit the Champions League competition. Inter is supposed to be challenging. I mean, if we really dig into it, if you look at the teams that are in the last 4 teams in the Champions League, we can discuss and say Inter has quality players just as those players playing right now. And it was all the coaching, all that negative football. I think they were knocked out in the first round. Yeah, they didn't even make it through their zone. But yeah, I'm happy for the fans. I'm happy that another team apart from Juventus won the Serie A. But at the same time, Inter has a deep team. This is no surprise.
Jiggy,
No
me not
surprise.
cut you. I think Inter the Giant one tough group in the Champions League,
Bro, do you see their squad?
Yeah, but I mean, the Champions League sometimes you don't know something like a group of that more well.
Yeah, but I believe it's all the coaches. It's all in the coaching. It's not the players. The way Inter went out of that group, it was the negative football played by Conte. That was it. And the pressure was building on him, and that's why I wanted to quit, because people are looking at this squad last year and say, "Hey, why are you not doing better than what you were doing?" Right? It's the pressure. That's what people do when people see from the outside and they look at your team. And for example, Jose Mourinho was fired from Man U, right? But you look at Matteo Darmian, who went to this team and played well, and played almost 30 games. Lukaku went to this team, played almost every single game. I think he's the leading goal scorer in the Serie A, or the second leading goal scorer in the Serie A, right? And all these players that left from Man U went here and have played extremely well, right? So I'm saying that there is talent on the team. There is talent on Inter, and I think they should have done better. And it's going to be a nice challenge for next year.
Enough of this crap. First off, give Conte credit. This 3-5-2 we are complaining about, when he played it at Juventus, because I figured him start this winning run with Juventus.
Mm-hmm.
And he make Pogba look good, he make Vidal look good. I'm when I coach Pirlo when he was being magnificent. Now, when he played it at Juventus, it looked good because the players that he had complemented the system a bit more. That is why he went out and bought so many.
Did he win the Champions League with Juventus? That style that he was playing. What did they bring him? Apart from the Serie A title.
No, he didn't win him the Serie A, but listen, let me finish what I say. No, I'm going to blame Ronaldo for go there and high Champions League like what they expect him to do. But we're not going to touch on it because Ronaldo we are discussed tonight. Now,
wait till Shane forward, then you bring up that.
As I was saying, when he played it at Juventus, they look good. Remember that team with Pogba, Tevez, Pirlo, Vidal, Pereira, who when he left Juventus, he looked like bug. They played. They were playing good there with it. Now the next thing more touch upon is the players that we call out from Man U. Brother, let's not get over ourselves here. Other than Lukaku, none of them could make it in a top 6 English league team right now. Not one of them. Darmian a bug.
Greg.
Ashley Young done. Sanchez
Greg.
burn out like some old gas burner by your old
Greg,
stove.
don't make the man them dry out like Tuesdays. Remember, these are Liverpool fans. Them just a try rub salt in a Man U wounds. Make the man them dry out.
But somebody have to
Man,
correct
you
them at
have
the
big
same
side.
time.
Man, you have big side. And let players walk out. Man, you have big
Somebody
side.
have to Jiggy, turn up your talker phone. Somebody have to correct them at the same time, though, Jiggy. The players that them talk about, as I said, other than Lukaku,
Yeah,
and the thing
continue.
is, Lukaku just didn't fit Man U system. Somebody mentioned
But they don't. People who score goals don't fit them.
The
How you learn at
boy
school?
not a
Hold on.
system.
How you learn at school? Don't talk with the teacher talk.
The schoolboy not a system.
Listen, how you learn? Listen, how we learn? Somebody mentioned it today. Somebody may steal this quote from me. Now I act like I familiar one is. But when they mentioned it, I looked at it and it made sense. When he was at Man U, teams played the low block against him. Teams defended most of the times. Now, if he's not a striker who can take the ball in foot and do things with it, good close control, can beat players, it's not going to work for him. When he was at Everton and West Brom, where teams pressed them on their half line, he had space to run on into. And even though he's a big boy, he's fast. You know? So he had space. Me see him at Everton against Arsenal. He was playing like a right winger. And he catch the ball at half line and run left Koscielny, who was Shane's best defender at that point in time. Run left Koscielny and go kick him now a goal. Now he got Inter where it's the same thing. He have space for running behind defenders and try to score. And the teams don't press as much. So, you know, even though his close control isn't that great, you know, affect him that much in the Italian league currently. But like me say, he could probably make a Chelsea team better right now. Couple of the Premier League teams. But Darmian, Ashley Young, and Sanchez, nobody with it. They couldn't make no Premier League top 6 team right now. So, I'm not going to go there. But yeah, back to Kante.
You know, say Milner start for Liverpool, right?
I'm not going to crack it. Back to, and you said it, not me. Back to Kante. Allegri himself, after Kante left Juventus and went to Italian national team, Allegri went there, picked up that same formation. Allegri ain't changed when he got there. You know. He got to go play the same kind of ball game where Kante play and won like 3 more leagues, 3 more Scudettos. Didn't win the Champions League either. You know, Sen got bored. Or win more than 3. Sen got bored and leave. Sarri went there. I think, did Sarri change it? I think somebody went there after Kante and tried to change. But anyway, what I'm saying is, the 3-5-2 is not that horrible a formation. Probably it's just the players we have no fit we want them to play right now. So that's why he not play a more expansive kind of football. Because trust me, remember, Pogba at Juventus with Kante, he look way better than he look at Man U right now. You know? So probably it's just the players we have right now. And like I said, that's why he went out this past summer and bringing so many different players. He brought in Ericsson, he brought in Hakimi, Darmian, Ashley Young, you know, he just bringing different pieces. Who him think would blend in with theme style of play and try to forget about that. But they won the league, not pretty, but they won the league. I mean, you bash club for playing this expansive kind of football and nothing else. Wouldn't you work with a coach who still win the league and, you know, not get your players injured every day and only play one style?
No, well, I don't remember the club win the league and win Champions League, you know. But I
bash him. But you still cost.
The adjustments that need to be made, he doesn't make them. He just said, okay, let's work. If you see on the side and he says, work harder. That doesn't, how does, think about it. Everybody see it. He said, work harder. If you look at the game, the PSG Chelsea game, you have, as a coach, you have to make adjustments. What are the adjustments you make? Do you drop somebody back into the defensive to help in the midfield? What is the adjustment you're making? It can't just be work harder. That's what you hear him shouting on the sideline. You don't see him making adjustments. So what should I say? Oh, I'm happy Klopp is my coach.
So you don't think Kante is a coach that make adjustments?
No, he does make adjustment. But what I'm saying that is football is so negative that yes, throughout 38 games where you have such the lower half of the table is so poor in the Serie A, or the last 13 is so poor that of course they can go on and win the league. But what about with that quality set of players he has? What about the Champions League? He didn't give. What did he do in the Europa when he fell to the Europa? And it's because of the way he plays the brand of football. Look at the talent he has. Ericsson at one point couldn't start. Maybe because he was upset with him or whatever. But Ericsson couldn't start, right? Who was one of the best midfielders in the Premier League.
Well, but with Ericsson didn't start because he wasn't doing what Conte wanted him to. You see, Conte have a system where he requires his players. The 5 seconds after you lose the ball, you must run like crazy to get at the ball. That is actually what I think when predicate him system pan. 5 seconds after losing the ball, you must do everything to win it back. Then you drop back into position. Ericsson is at the boy when they attack him. When time he lose the ball, he hang down here and walk back. Instead of try to win the ball back. And that attitude will not work with Conte. You know? So that's why Ericsson wasn't playing. And a few other players, until them get that principle in first, they were not going to play. You know, because Conte, you defend just as though you attack. It's two sides of the football. If you're not playing both sides, you're going to have a problem with it.
Italian football. Football. You know? And then there's no reason to play anything else down there. In the Champions League, we can understand with you, Jiggy. You need to be versatile.
And part of that, he was looking for a squad. He was trying to get a bigger squad. He didn't get the players that he wanted to get. And, you know, the coronavirus also mess up them team. They have Chinese ownership who them act like say them still have all the money in the world. But things not going on good with China right now in terms of, because all the teams that are owned by Chinese ownership, you realize they have pulled back big time in their spending. So a lot of spending didn't really go on. But I look at Inter still, that somebody else went there and toppled Juventus after Juventus was on that historic run. You have to just give props to them. You know, I give props to them for what they do. Will they continue? Who knows? You know, what will next year be? It's the same thing in like Scotland. You know, Gerrard go there and then finally topple Celtics. But will they continue? Will this be something that kind of continue? It's yet to see. But for this year, I think it has been excellent what happened in Italy. And you have to just give him his props. You know? And all the time, Conte go somewhere. What the man does? The man win, man. That's what he does. He wins. And you want nothing more than that. What if he can go to Liverpool and win another title? Because I'll take that. I'll take a title.
You talk about them and them Chinese owners. Sorry, Bojo. One quick point.
You're good, man. You're
They
good.
actually look for sell right now. Sell players. Because Hakimi back on the market. And they only have him for 1 year.
Yeah.
He actually put out a statement where he must say Madrid have first refusal towards him because Madrid are a parent club originally. So, you know, after Madrid, then Arsenal can look at him, which I don't think Arsenal go pay because
it was 40 million paid for Hakimi, right?
Yeah, and then go on upwards of that for him.
But
which
I don't think in this market they're gonna get it back.
We'll see. If they must sell him at England, then go get it. But if I really get him back, really get him 20.
You know, he's not gonna get that in England. The problem, remember, Hakimi does not play in the defense, you know. Which coach?
Like
Hakimi?
The coach will have him a player now. For Morocco, he plays at centre back. Go watch World Cup 2014 or 18.
Yeah.
Or 18. He plays centre back for Morocco.
Well, I remember seeing him last year. And he didn't play in defense. I know he had to play a little bit better defense because he's playing for Conte this year. But he's a wing back instead of a right back.
You remember the dude that was at West Brom, Hegazi? I saw him the name?
Yeah.
Him and Hegazi are Morocco centre backs at the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah, when they beat they were in this one with Spain and Portugal, but didn't give them trouble. It was him at the center, him at right centre back.
Huh?
I remember. So
I remember Agazian.
No, I didn't remember Hakimi as a centre back. I don't remember that. I don't remember him.
That's where he played for Morocco. What did you say?
No, Ronaldo scored the hat-trick against.
Did Portugal beat them?
Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, I think. Against
Portugal beat
one hat-trick. Ronaldo scored in a World Cup, bro. And against
Portugal beat Spain. I don't remember Portugal beating them because they were close to
one hat-trick. Ronaldo scored against Spain in a man. What you talking about?
Against Spain. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't against
When
Morocco.
David Gea shipped 2 goals.
Yeah, Morocco put pressure upon them. Morocco
Yeah,
was
but
actually a problem team in their group.
that's
Yes,
20
yeah.
minutes on Italian league. We have
Yeah.
to move on. We have to move on.
20 minutes. Are we only
Yeah.
talking about Inter?
Yeah.
Nothing but Atalanta. All right, Buju, if you want to move on.
All right. We're gonna move to France where a similar thing both go on. Another, it's a close race, but we can say
Yeah.
upset in the making.
Well,
PSG by 1 point.
can't call it yet. It
No,
close.
we not call it. Me say it's on the
Oh,
merge. We not call it, but me hope it happen because it's another farmers league.
me hope it happen too, especially since Shane talks so much about Mbappe there, so we can chat all kind of things about Mbappe and them tonight. Everything about Mbappe and Neymar and PSG. Really want Lil hold on and win it. Unfortunately for Lil, people start shop them players them already. Them a shop the striker, them a shop the midfielder Samari, and we see another player where them start shop. So this go happen to the small teams in our France whenever them do good. But
It's not just any team in France, Lille is owned by a venture capitalist. They are in it for money. They are gonna sell anybody they can sell.
Unlike Leon, yeah, you're right.
They are gonna sell anyone who they can sell.
Yeah, but Jiggy, you talk a phone mute. We can't hear you.
Mr. Lille have 3 small team for player. They should, if they don't hang on, it's all there. They have Angers who haven't won anything in the last 5. They have Saint Etienne who's up and down and Lens. If they can't hold on and see out this title, they should be very disappointed. You know what I'm saying? You have to give
Yeah, they should be because they win some tough games. Because even Leon last week and now they beat Nice this past weekend, I think.
But you know that one of the things, especially with teams who haven't done it in a while or haven't done it before, especially players, it's these games when at the end of the season when things start to get tight, when they don't have the experience to pull them through it, because they really haven't done it. Although PSG, you can't say they haven't done it against pressure either, because really and truly, the last couple of years, by this time they're up by 15, 20 points. So they really haven't had any pressure on them.
And also PSG after deal with the Champions League and the injuries. So
exactly,
Lil should pull through.
But when PSG get knocked out tomorrow, they go have only the league to concentrate on.
Which is true.
So what you mean say Pochettino now in nothing except like a little France League Cup? Wow.
A cup.
Well, today I think either I was listening or I was reading somewhere. They said the last time PSG changed coach in the middle of the season, they were in first place, and I think it was Ancelotti. And they finished second. They didn't win the league at that time either. So this is the second time now they have changed coach in the middle of the season, and the same thing might happen again. They finish the league second instead of finish first,
I wonder
watch out.
Kappa Arsenal, we are right off PSG. We are right them off.
But get Greg, get what Hot Pip say first. But PSG destiny not in them own hands.
Yeah. Little destiny in their hands.
Yeah, PSG not control them destiny. Hot Pip. And well, me not right off PSG. If you don't pay attention, we never say we are right off PSG. We just say Lille should hang on.
They should hang on with the team.
So continue, Blacks.
Mike.
No.
You finish? All right,
this is France League, We shouldn't spend more than 5 minutes on it, and I regard that.
The only thing me that want to ask is that when the history is written about this team, would it be like the Jose Mourinho Porto team that had all those stars on it? The Dzeko of the world and the other Portugal stars that went on to play for Real Madrid and all the other big teams. Because that's usually how it starts.
Who, Lil?
Yeah.
Well, let me point out what here. They have some players who I mean, people been paying attention to them for at least a year. You know, Blacks go tell about the Canadian. Let me say it before he mention it. Jonathan David, who to me, him only fast right now. But you know, he's young, so he have something to work with. But the central midfielder, Samari, is very good. You know, if Arsenal did get him inside a party, I would not have been disappointed. Because he's younger and he has a whole to him game. Now, also about Lille is over the years, Lille have produced players. You know, we talked about Hazard before, the two Gervinhos, Gervinho and Pepe. You know, I think Hazard brother did them team at one point. But they've been producing players over the years. It's just that they're not keep them for too long. Osimhen, who is in Bundesliga right now. Bundesliga? No, in the Napoli right now. Nigeria striker. You know, he was the one that replaced Pepe last year, scored 10 goals, them sell him right away. So they keep producing every year. They produce either a good winger or a good striker with a midfielder, and they just keep selling them. So, but Jiggy, yesterday have 3 easy games. Lens is in 5th, and Lens won Champions League spot. And they're playing Lens away this weekend. So that's not gonna be, you can't write that off as an easy game. A team who they fight for some, well, both of them are fight for something, but Lens not gonna make it easy for them.
All right. We didn't have a move on, but we now got move on because Shane is here.
Oh shit.
So we could talk about PSG now.
I gotta be honest. What's going on?
Internet.
We'll forward to the show.
Kappa say Lens and Lille 1-1. That could happen.
Lens and Lille 1-1.
No, that him hope because he want PSG win.
Oh, he's a PSG fan too?
I don't really care about, honestly, I don't care about PSG and the French league.
They just care about Mbappe.
Shane, don't lie to us.
No, hold on. No. So I don't care about them winning the French league because that's not what we want them to do. We want them to actually win the Champions League. And there is romanticism affiliated with Lille, a team of misfit, a team with somebody like Barack Yilmaz, who you look upon him and he's been around Europe for how long, you know what I mean, as a Turkish striker. And then go there and score the goals them. So I wouldn't mind seeing a team like Lille lifting the French league. That's totally fine by me. But I do want and think them in a trouble now with the news say Mbappe might not be fit. Now it's funny because the first game, so the Saturday when you say, yo, it looked like say dog get injured, I didn't get stretchered off. Last week, yeah. It looked like he never got sharp for the Manchester City game. But I didn't want to say that because people go say, yeah, that's excuses. But he just never looked as sharp.
That's a fact. He was injured. He was.
Yeah, and then he played a game last weekend. Okay, all right. We know that. And then he never played a game last weekend. So I'm wondering if he really carry a knock. No, even if he play tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, right? I don't know if he go be fit enough. But again, no excuses. PSG have to get it done. You know, they still have a great side. They have Icardi and Wanda. You understand? They have lovely players. They still should have enough to get it done. So let's go.
Boji, you're mute.
Let's move on. But the Lyon Monaco game was a bad game, you know.
Yo, me not watch it, but me say I'll fight broke out after that game.
Yeah, man, 2 red cards and things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because Lyon still a fight for that. How much part the French teams get now for Champions League?
I think it's 3.
3?
Two on a qualifier.
Yeah, 2 on the third become a qualifier.
Yeah.
So if Lyon didn't win, Lyon would be mathematically out of it. Then go to Monaco, go beat Monaco. You know, and then the 1
Monaco
point
in a reckoning too. That's why it's so great because Monaco still in a reckoning, you know, a chase. So
yeah.
I didn't watch that game.
Me not watch it either, but me did get some highlights.
Well, it's 3 games to go, and Lille have 76 points, PSG 75, Monaco is 71. I think it's a 2-horse race at this point. I don't see any of the other teams coming back right now. So it's definitely between PSG and Lille, and I'm hoping Lille hold on and do it.
All right, me hope so too. See, Black, see Travis a big up. I guess he might big up Jonathan David. In Blacks.
But you have to big up the Canadians. Can you know, so the Canadians do it big.
See, Travis has said David, Jamaica should be wary of David.
Well,
Canadian Blacks always a preach about.
Well, I see Jiggy want us to get the whole gate from Everton, and I see whole gate doing some shocking defending. The last time I see him out playing. So if Jonathan David is good against Holgate, it would be catastrophic for Jamaica for sure.
Hey, it's still better than everybody we have. Included Low.
Not talk about Everton already?
No, not yet. We haven't gone to
Everton again.
We haven't done the PSG yet. We haven't done the
yet.
yet.
I am so tired of Everton.
Let's move to Spain, where it's very interesting over there.
Sheesh.
Very interesting.
Roy Blanco.
Remember, should I give Blacks some credit because Blacks did say even though Barca have a game in and that mean nothing. Well, everybody fair and square now, and Atleti lead the pack by a couple of points. Still we can't call this. This is going to go to the wire.
Well, Atleti
Kakas did say the Madrid derby, the Atleti. No, Atleti and Barca game should decide the tie.
Well,
this weekend is a full top 4 clash in Spain, because Atleti playing Barca and Real playing Sevilla. So it's a top 4 clash the next round. So
Seville go on.
But I heard a conversation today, because basically if Barca even beat Atletico and Real Madrid win, Real Madrid is actually going for the title. So right now, somebody asked a question: will Barca sacrifice themselves just to make Real not win the title? will they sacrifice themselves because they realize that even if they win, their destiny is not in their hand. So will they sacrifice themselves to make Real not win the title? Because them beating Atleti would basically probably push the title into Real Madrid. So what do you think Barca will do?
But
Barca game is Saturday. Real don't play till Sunday. So
but it still doesn't matter. If Barca wins and Real wins, Real now take over the league.
Yeah,
and
but
just had to win out to get the title.
Blacks, no, I'm not share the sentiment. Look, with all said and done, them can't think about that in that sense.
Exactly.
Because what if you say you are gonna sacrifice yourself and then Madrid end up gonna lose? You don't know. Like you have to go and win a game.
That's a losable game, because Julian Lopetegui go on get over one pan Real Madrid. We know that story already.
Yes.
Julian Lopetegui, who was a coach that got shaped over really by Real Madrid. So yeah, you want to go on putting in team out here to spoil the party. You know what I mean? So I think that I pre-thought Barca have to go, they go try to win a game, just like Real Madrid.
Absolutely.
Just like Real Madrid. You know,
I want to foolish coach that may ever say. With
the lovely stuff with Seville, you know what I mean? So
he's a good coach, but what he did just before the World Cup announced and get the Madrid job, he messed up Spain this or that. He had a lot to do with how Spain played at that World Cup.
Oh well, he didn't mess up Spain. It's the emotional instability of the management.
Not everybody's a soldier. Not everybody's a soldier.
It was the emotional instability of the president of the Spanish or Spain Football Federation. For you to have a coach who's been working with team for 4 years, and prepare and pick the team, and he's gonna move on after the World Cup, and you fly in and fire the dude. That's rubbish. They should have burned down his house. That's what the fans should have done. Burned down his. No, seriously. They should have burned down his house. They should have marched on his house and burned down his. They should have removed his wife from the house. Don't harm the kids and burn down the house. Because that's rubbish. No, remember, no, think about it. World Cup happens every 4 years. And this brother, a coach a team, prepare this team for 4 years. And he's gonna move on. Man, never say I left the job now, He said after the job, which coaches have done a million times, I'm going to leave and go on as coach, Real Madrid. Because that every coach wants to do that, right? Coach Real Madrid. And you as the president, you're so egotistical and emotional that how dare you get another job after the World Cup? Really? That's what he said, How dare he fly to all the way over to and fire him and just insert somebody else and acting like that's gonna work. You can't do that. You can't do that. It has nothing to do with. I don't think Lopetegui or whatever his name is fool. Because we have this discussion already. At the Spain Federation president, they should burn down his house. They should have. I would have agreed with it. And I know I don't agree with those type of. Everybody knows I don't agree with those type of protests.
What kind of man is this?
You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous.
Tapa say I agree with him. Tapa a madman too. Jesus.
No, seriously. Imagine you have to work for 4 years and your coach put you on the team. And then the president father and say, "Oh, you're fired before the first match." So that doesn't make no sense, President. How does it make sense? Because the man move on after the World Cup. You think he would have been distracted at the World Cup? He wouldn't have been distracted. He already knows his team. He knows the opponents in the first round. He wouldn't have been distracted at the World Cup. People actually, this over and over and over again.
Actually, the players were disappointed he got fired because there were players on that team that really liked him. So because I mean.
They wouldn't have won it anyway. It was just there to make up the numbers.
They would have done better than they did. I mean, they would have at least beat Portugal.
I know. I'm just playing around.
All right.
Man.
I catch up with a little bit of the comments. Hot Pep I forgot type of short name, But as Greg mentioned this already that teams already are running for them players. Yeah, Sportswiz already mentioned that, and Rooney say Atleti have a crack under pressure.
I think they can't eke out results like how they just get a 1-0 versus Elche. You know what I mean? They can't eke out results, bro.
Elche missed a penalty, bro, in the dying moments of that game.
Yeah.
That hit the post penalty.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with that Letty. Continue, Buju. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. So I guess we have anything else to say about the
Well, Buju, Travis said Jonathan David could be a massive upgrade for Arsenal. Which Arsenal I won't cheer for. Because he said we have some young players coming through. Isn't Travis a Man U fan?
Yeah, Travis support Man U, but remember, he might try getting green card, so him probably So what you put it in paperwork already? That's actually All right. Anyway, so anything else on the Spanish league before we move on?
No, that's fine.
Good weekend, I forward. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I forward. So no one talk about them game before we move on, or
no, but he said
preview.
Yeah,
yeah. Cool. All right. So Greg, you want to do your MLS USL thing before we go England?
Oh, seriously, nothing but Germany wants Shane face. Shane, there's a league called USL Shane. Not about Germany. I mean, we not to talk about the title going to Bayern because already there basically. But Schalke officially relegated. Them say Mustafi and Kolasina's fault.
Huge club. Huge club. They say Schalke the third biggest, probably the third biggest fans in terms of their fan base. So
yep.
When you look on that club about what they've been through, the kind of players that they have lose over years. You understand what I mean? It's a huge thing over there. You know what I mean? It'll be like when Hamburg a couple of years ago, and they always say the thing with Germany is that when clubs get relegated, they don't forward back just like that. It seems like there's real parity in a second tier of Germany. So I don't know if you remember when Stuttgart when get relegated a couple of years ago, it take them a while to forward back up. And same thing with as I say Hamburg, and probably the same thing with Schalke if they don't have the top players to get them back up. It's an issue.
Shane, you have to add, we were talking before we started the live. Hertha Berlin also, which is another very big club, and they are in the relegation zone right now and very likely will be relegated also. You know, as we were saying before, that is like Tottenham and Arsenal probably are getting relegated in England.
Liverpool
in the first tier. Liverpool and Manchester United is in the first tier in England. Then you have the others below it. Don't get it twisted.
Do you know which team has never been relegated since World War II?
Again, we don't have that conversation right now. We're still saying in terms of the size of clubs.
We don't know any of so.
In terms of the size of clubs, when we're making comparisons in terms of size of clubs, Schalke and Hertha Berlin getting relegated in Germany is like Tottenham and Arsenal and Chelsea getting relegated. And especially as a capital club, you can make Hertha akin to like Arsenal. So imagine Arsenal getting relegated. That's what's happening in Germany.
Talk to your friend, Greg. Talk to your friend, please.
Black him.
Talk to your friend.
Black him.
Mm. Oh, and it's good though. I don't know if you need to talk about it, but it's good for say so Red Bull Leipzig again, they have this network of clubs, you know what I mean? So they have Salzburg and they have Red Bull Leipzig. So see American get the Red Bull Leipzig job. It'll be interesting to see how he do, you know. Jesse Marsh. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see how he go there and do because there's a lot of people, especially in England, don't really know him. And again, there was always a snobbery when he forward to American coaches. But they do phenomenal things. He does phenomenal things with Salzburg and in player development and the way how tactically he can really interesting to watch how he get on a Red Bull Leipzig. You know what I mean? So that is something interesting to see. Oh, that progressive.
The only part is that he's gonna be a bit handicapped, you know, with losing Upamecano, probably Konate. Who else they're losing? They're losing. I think they're losing another player too. But you know, that's gonna be a big blow for a new coach coming in and losing players of that quality. You know, that will be a drawback.
But again, have money, right? They have money, so they are Upamecano. He's a good player, but trust me, they can't replace him, right?
He's one of the better defenders in Germany.
Yes, and them have money in Germany if you go out and buy people. They'll be fine. They should be fine because they have the money and they feel like when you look at Red Bull now, people understand it's a stepping stone club. You know what I mean? You can go to bigger and better things. And they should be able to replace the people and they lose. You know, it's gonna be tough though, but it should be fine.
See, Travis not share sentiments. Travis say them have money, so them can buy a couple more players and actually challenge for the German league.
That's not gonna happen though.
All right, so he has some experience. He was actually assistant at Leipzig before he got the Salzburg job. He was assistant at Leipzig for a couple of years. You know, in coach at MLS too, which me no want to go say, you know, I can't. But yeah, he had some experience. He did pretty good with Salzburg. He was the coach when many one and them players they forward through. Now, one have to look at you go to get players from Salzburg again. That's what they do. You know, they bring in players from Salzburg, go get the players them from Asia and Africa, and then send them to Leipzig when them get good enough. So trust me, Upamecano is replaceable. He's not irreplaceable.
I really do believe that.
No, well, that's true, but you also have to look on the adjustment period that players have to go through sometimes when they join a new club, and with a new coach, new players, it's gonna take some time, and they could take a step back before they take a step forward. And
But
in Germany, because of what Bayern and the level that they play on, that may just be too late for them, So
Yeah,
from that
it's a fair
perspective,
point, Blacks. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. Because I even thought they would have take a step back last season, losing Werner,
yeah.
and so forth. But again, that was a good manager. They have a very good manager. So let's see. You have a fair point.
But if they're bringing in teams, I mean, if he's bringing in players from Salzburg, which he was coaching, then they go already know him system. So it's just the players that he's gonna take over. And if you watch both teams, they play similar. So I don't think it's gonna be that hard for him to make that adjustment. Jiggy, me know you want to say something, but Shane, think they're about to get relegated again too. It's not just Hertha and Schalke. Well, the difference with Germany is the third to last team have a playoff against the team that's supposed to come up. Well, I think probably it's the second place team from the second division of Germany. But they play off against one of those teams to see who stays or who goes. So it's Cologne. Cologne is the team right now that's in that spot.
Again,
and Cologne is a household name. If you ever watch Bundesliga from the 90s, Cologne is a household name.
Exactly.
So that's another good team that's about to go down. But you talked about Hertha Berlin earlier. They're city rivals, Union Berlin, who I don't know if you know their story. It's how do I put it now?
They were from the East German side of it, right?
Me feel done.
Union Berlin was from the East German side, and Hertha is from the West German side of it. When Berlin was divided.
Sir, I don't know about the geography part there, right? I'm gonna tell them about Union. What's so unique about their team? The fans build that stadium. You have to walk I think it's 2 miles, they say, through a forest to get to that stadium. Fans, it took them a couple years to build it, but fans build it through labor. If you get a vacation time, you 2 week vacation, you go donate your labor towards the stadium. So
voluntary service.
Huh?
Voluntary
That sounds like
service.
an East German thing. That's an East German thing. That's a West Germany at all.
Well,
to be East Germany.
But no, they are 8 in the table. And Hertha, who have more money than them, are get relegated. So that's something unique with that team right now. They're not gonna win the league anytime soon. See that happen. But like Shane said, when they drop to the second tier of Germany, it's hard to return. I mean, I saw Kaiserslautern come up and win the league, get relegated, then I come back since.
That's phenomenal. Kaiserslautern knowledge.
Yeah.
Wayne Drum said, what's the pros and cons to 50+1? Anybody want to go at it? I could go at it if you want.
Go ahead.
All right. So the 50+1, why? All right. So what I can do is
first explain what it is a little bit. I think that was his first question.
All right. So what it is that any prospective owners have to have a certain percent, obviously 50%. So you can take over full ownership of the club, right? So there's a certain percent they can acquire at the club, and then the fans own a certain percent. The decisions is made when they do that. Then the decisions is made with the owner and the fans. They have people on the board from both groups, and they make the decisions as it pertains to player acquisition, coaches, etc. No, Red Bull. I don't think Red Bull have that. I think Red Bull have a different kind of ownership structure.
They have it. Technically, they have it. But in actuality, they don't. So all the 50+1 basically work is that the fans actually don't actually own anything, but they control 50+1% of the club. So whoever buys the club actually is the person who have all the money and do all of it, but the fans control 50%, 51%. Let's call it 51% of the club. But most clubs, you have to pay like a membership fee to get it. What Red Bull did, they put the membership fee so high, like so most places you pay like $120 per year for a membership. Red Bull have it like $10,000. And that's the reason why they have the control of their club, because enough people haven't been able to buy into the club so that they can have that 50+1 rule in actuality. So technically it is there, and you can, the fans can actually still control it, but because they have been unable to pay into the fee that they have put it at, they have been unable to do it. He was talking about advantage and disadvantage. The disadvantage is what you see happening in Germany, where one team has won, right? 10 in a row or whatever, you know, and that's because they are unable to bring in sufficient investment from outside, because owners will not basically throw the money down a hole where they don't have control, you know. So there will be some amount of investment, but control is the thing, you know. Money. Look at Manchester City. Look at Chelsea, you know, look at even Arsenal, who Arsenal fans claim that he doesn't spend any money at all. But the club spend money because, again, the owner controls what goes on. Both ways, you know. In Germany, the owner doesn't have that control, so they are less likely to invest that amount of money as other places would, which doesn't have that rule.
So, yeah, you would get Germany. Go ahead, Jigo.
No, I was just like to interject and said Arsenal spend money on Pepe. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, but make that money. No. Let's be serious. But that's money that they spend. So they now speculate, they accumulate, right? And they now go out there and actually spend the money. Every money that they spend is accounted for revenue what they bring into the club. That is the issue, right? They use it as a business. Then they try to run it as an American club. Again, let's go back to the German model. Yes, because Bayern Munich already have a foothold. Them have massive sponsorship deals with Audi and all of these companies. Them bring in a lot of money. So therefore, again, if you really pray it out, the German league, it's like all our team them serve as this feeder club for Bayern Munich, isn't it? Right? And it's only when you get a genius manager forward up, take the championship off of Bayern Munich. But really, every year it's the same thing, where Bayern Munich can't even start out sluggish and still forward back and win the league. You know what I mean? I remember one year, a couple years ago, funny thing, where I think it was Hoffenheim was challenging Bayern Munich and then just go and take Hoffenheim two best players. I think it was Nicolas Salou and Nicolas Salou, and I think it was Goretzka. Then I think, and then they just get them. So again, any team that basically, any team that oppose them, they can just go and pick off them best player. Lewandowski from Dortmund, all our best team, them are the best players, then pick them off. I don't think that is interesting or remotely interesting at all. You know, because there is not a team that can sustain a real type of big. Look on that, man. Nobody can. Even if somebody wants to forward in and take over that, man, and put money into, you really can't. You know, so you can't do a Manchester City. So, again, it's kind of boring in that sense.
Well,
right,
Tapa talk about, you know, it's still coming on to ownership and caring and not caring about the ambition of the fans. Again, the fans are the ones, and it's also it's not only that they own, they control 50%. Most of these clubs are run as sometimes as not the same business model as our English clubs are run. So they actually have to operate under different financial management than what English clubs are managed under. So I think I said this before. The reason why English clubs are where they are is because of the model that they have been pursuing and how they have done their business. And if you don't do that, then you will get what's happening in these other leagues. So there's a benefit and a cost to everything that happens. In Germany, there's a cost and a benefit to it because they're closer to the fans and the atmosphere is better. It doesn't seem so like it's just a money grab for owners or just who have the most money to outspend. You have to build kind of organically, but building organically is slow. You can't come up. Again, ownership will not spend their money. No billionaires don't spend their money if they're not having control over how their money is being spent.
Autonomy.
Yeah.
They need complete autonomy if they
Exactly.
go do that. Roman Abramovich is not taking no chat from, you know, Soja or somebody like that. You know, it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah. Yeah, imagine if a Glazer start to listen to a push. Imagine if the Glazer, that would be terrible.
Isn't Ansa Flick the coach of Bayern Munich? So where is did they hire Nagelsmann to go there?
Yeah.
To be an assistant, what?
No man. Ansa Flick said that he wants to leave. I think he wants the German head coach job because Lowe is stepping down, so he wants that job. So he tell him he wants to leave, so Nagelsmann is moving over. The problem with Germany is that there's only one destination in Germany, and it's Bayern Munich. That's the destination. Everywhere else, they're stepping stone. Unlike you'll have in the Premier League, where you have about 4 destinations, because I'm not sure Tottenham is not really a destination. And right now, Arsenal don't act like a destination either. So you can say you have probably 4 destinations in the Premier League.
Black him.
Yo, me move him. One more.
But the truth is, right now, if you give a young player opportunity right now, they would say, "Oh, I'll go to Liverpool, I'll go to Manchester City, I'll go to Manchester United, I'll go to Chelsea."
Liverpool can't afford him. They don't have the money.
Again, I'm just saying it's a matter of destination. If you give
you're telling me
you give a player a young player choice right now. You give an English player a choice right now. And anybody in the chat can jump in on this.
10 million.
Let me answer you.
Let me ask the question now. Let me ask the question first, sir. Let me ask the question
You know what
first.
you're going to ask.
But let me ask the question.
Go
You
ahead.
give an English player or anyone in England right now the opportunity. I think Manchester City, Liverpool, United, and Chelsea are destination that player would be going for. As opposed to Germany, where it's only one destination. In France, it's one destination. Italy has more destination than all of these other ones.
Blacks, let me support the argument. They would go to those clubs and then they would jump and rather go to any club in Germany than go to Arsenal.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, winning league last year, so that's fair. I mean, yeah.
All right.
But
let me respond to that.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I can agree with them wanting to go to Liverpool and even City because, yeah, our City I do. Not too many young players are gonna choose. If it's the money, they will choose Chelsea and Man U over Arsenal. If it's playing time and getting more chances to showcase themselves, they are gonna choose Arsenal. Same with Germany right now. They will choose Dortmund. Because they're not guaranteed they're gonna be in Bayern system yet. So don't say young player. If it's somebody who's already established,
But Greg,
someone who's already established, yes, then go choose Bayern, yes, then go choose Chelsea, yes, then go choose Man U.
Greg, you missed a critical part of what I say. Bayern is a destination club, so ultimately that's where they want to be. And they say, but I'm saying in England you have 4 clubs you can consider destination club where ultimately you have.
Final chapter Man U.
Okay.
They will go to Arsenal as a stepping stone to go somewhere else because right now it's not a destination club.
So you're telling me that players right now want Man U to be their destination?
Yes. I
You
would say yes.
So?
In the sense of making money.
Should go to Manchester United tomorrow.
For money.
Yes,
I don't
money.
care where you want to say. Grealish should go to Manchester United tomorrow. Rice should go to Manchester United tomorrow.
For the money.
You get to play with get to play alongside good players. To
and possibility of winning something.
The best midfielder in
Portugal winning what?
Went to Man U for
the Europa League.
Winning what?
Europa League.
The best midfielder in Portugal went to Man U because only Tottenham were interested in him at the time.
Will Tottenham ever get a coach?
I don't even think Tottenham was interested. Come here. You remember Jose Mourinho when they make joke? They say, "Oh, did Tottenham sign?" So he was joking about it, and then he end up signing. Don't forget, he signed
Fernandes.
Fernandes.
He signed Fernandes, and then sent him for loan.
Oh, Jose Fernandes.
Yeah, and then sent him for loan.
Yeah.
Hold on. When they signed Ndombele, Was that after Manu signed Bruno?
Before.
No, but why signed that January when Man United signed Bruno? He signed Jose Fernandez.
It wasn't he that signed Ndambele either.
No, he didn't.
It was Pash.
Yes. In that January, he signed Jose Fernandez. And what the kid the name from Holland?
The runner.
The winger.
The right winger. Can't remember his name.
Huh?
The fast right winger. I can't remember his name. He came on yesterday.
Yeah, he signed 2 wingers and he spent a good amount of money on them. And never signed Bruno Fernandez. I just want to put that out there.
So Jiggy, calm down. He ain't choose money over nobody.
All right. We have to get in the Premier League, you know, and the little bit of Champions League real fast. So
So we can't address him. They can't address me about all of them.
Go on. We forget about that.
You did say you go. You know, for the fans that were pre-Jamaican football. All right. So since the Premier League now play, a few of the players them are sign on to the USL. Really, the USL the championship, because them are trying model off of the English football now. So USL have championship and then League One. You know, so Jiggy favorite baller Italiy Vassell just signed last week with Indy 11. He didn't play over the weekend, but them win them game. But one of my favorite young players, Lamar Walker, is in Miami. And as soon as the stadium is open up down here, I'll be there to watch him. You know, them play their home games at FIU. Now he came on at halftime yesterday and trust me, he looked brilliant. Apart from the fact that defensively he not give the team anything, which we know he's an attacking player, but when your team is playing with 10 since the 8th minute of the game, I mean, and then bring you on as fresh legs, you're expected to give it your all. You know, and he wasn't tired because whenever I get the ball, him can run. But whenever they were defending, lazy. But other than that, brilliant play. You know, I'm like what me see. I mean, probably need some more match fitness. But yeah, him and as we say, Italiy Vassell in the USL right now. There's also another young player.
Greg, you know, see, I share them down Miami. You have Joshan Anglin, you have Anglin, and Speedy Williams. I play for Miami too.
4.
4?
4 there in Miami. Can't I can't tell you that.
Speedy Williams and
Joshan 19. How about you own him? Speedy Williams, who are all man, you know, 29-year-old, but played for under 20 back in the days. He's been around. He played for Red Bulls at one point. Did the Louisville. Him there too. And Sean McFarlane.
Oh.
Also played for the under 21 back in the days.
That was a friend of that Miami.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
Okay. And Fort Lauderdale, who is in League One, of you know Venton Evans, Buju?
Me about him.
Okay, he's a forward, 22-year-old. He used to play for Portmore and UWI couple of years ago. He played for, remember when UWI get promoted to Jamaica Premier League and ended up going good? He was at Portmore that time. In a US league. So at that time for the players, when we watch this weekend, you want to catch the USL, if you have ESPN Plus, Saturdays, Sundays, sometime midweek games.
I apologize.
Shane now watch low quality stuff.
All right, Shane. All right, we move on from the USL now. Quickly. One name there, Gotska. I don't know if you don't know where I'm there right now. Ooh. Mario Gotska. I don't know. That Messi from winning World Cup, you know about him?
Yeah. Mario Götze. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Him not that man.
No. That man Lego that long time. No, he's at PSV but he's looking like the 2014 Mario Götze right now. He's only 28 years old, by the way. You know, in that old, but he had some injuries along the way. Now he's playing some brilliant stuff at PSV. I mean, it's the Dutch league. Only Ajax are the only team down there, but he's playing good there. And supposedly his dream is to play for Barca, and he wish they can bring him in this summer. And he hopes to get back in the German team. I mean, with the way German attacking midfielders them look right now, if he can put in the same performance that he's putting in at PSV, who knows? We might get a recall. But yeah, but they just want to add that in there because I him stop with ball for a win a World Cup.
No, the ball stop himself. Anyways, let's go to England.
Share team.
Well, you know, I was worried for Leicester, but I'm not even sorry for them. Them tied them game one with Southampton. Jiggy, have anything to say about this?
Yo, the game was disappointing for Leicester. You know, sometimes we have this discussion where teams create opportunities and they don't take advantage of these opportunities. You know, and previously we had discussion where Shane pointed out that Leicester City needs a true number 9. Now that Jamie Vardy has seemed to has been in decline, especially with the mounting injuries. You know, when
sorry to point out, but to be fair, Iheanacho have been good. But is he a traditional number 9? He has been good for them. Go ahead.
He's not a traditional. But games like these, where you need a poacher, if you really have we talk about ambition to do things, you need a traditional number 9 to take advantage of these opportunities that you have. And they need, because Leicester City creates opportunities, but we have seen several opportunities, several times when they have lost games or they have drawn games they shouldn't have drawn. They have created so many opportunities and nobody has taken the opportunity to score these goals. You know, these opportunities that they have created, and that is what's going to be their downfall. That's what last year. I know Budget pointed out that he failed, that Brendan Rodgers failed, but they have to look at it and say, hey, Shionko was injured. I mean, Shionko got a red card for the last 3 games. The guy Chilwell was out, Pereira was out, Madison was out, and several other players. So you remove like a half of their squad, their starting squad. Any team would crumble, you know, especially if you don't have a deep bench, right? So that's how I looked at that game, the game with Southampton. Southampton was down to 10 men, I think, after 10 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they were leading through, I think, a penalty. But in the second half, City created several opportunities, and you have to take. It's ridiculous that you play this type of football and you end up drawing a game that you need to have to solidify your top 4. You know, you have to go out and get a serviceable number 9. You know, a poacher somewhere. I don't know, Danny Ings, anyone? I don't know. Or somebody better, but
it's not as outlandish as you laugh at it, but again, they need something. They need something else. One thing I'll say, Greg, this was a game they should have won, because if you look on their schedule forward enough, as we talk about blocks, then they have Chelsea, I think they have United, and I think they have Spurs. It's not a game. You understand that? Well, it is a game. But yeah, they need results. You know what I mean? They need results right now. And again, that third spot ain't sewn up yet. So it was a bad 2 points to drop. That is a
2 points down for real.
It's not sewn up. West Ham can win out. West Ham don't have a bad draw.
West Ham ain't
Liverpool can win out.
West Ham have an excellent schedule. Yeah. If you look at the West Ham schedule, they're probably going to win out the rest of the games. You know, I don't think Leicester is in jeopardy anyway. They are too far up the table at the moment still. In my view,
we see them crumble last year in the Blacks.
But again, we saw them crumble, but Jiggy just addressed them crumbling and all what they were going through. The opposite is happening this year. They're getting back players at the end of the season this year instead of losing players. So from that perspective, I know it was. I remember when we did the preview show, I had suggested that I had forecasted that they would have basically wiped the floor with Southampton. and they got the chance, and they just didn't do it. And those 2 points can make things uncomfortable for them. But I still expect Leicester to finish in the top 4. I don't think they'll fall off this year. Again, even the experience from last year, I think, will help them to finish the season better than they did. Yes, go on, Mr. Greg.
Yeah. Hold on, Greg. Hold on. Shane said them need something. You tell her what them need. Other than them need luck. You see, Vardy never did play nothing, and Barnes did score some goal. Then him injured, and then boom, in here try do a thing. I know. Make you just pray. Well, them for pray say him stay fit.
And yeah,
Greg,
and
go on.
That's fair, Bojo.
All right, 2 things more address. Jiggy say Iheanacho is not like your traditional number 9 or number 9 that they may want. But when he plays alone, he does that. Now, when they play him up there with Vardy, he tends to drift out wide and try to facilitate Vardy. If you see even when did they score that? Or was that the only goal they scored? That Evans scored, right?
Evans scored. Iheanacho made the assist.
Yeah, but he does that a lot throughout the games. Whenever he plays in a 2 with Vardy, he tends to drift wide and assist. When he plays up there alone, he can drop off, but he's also a poacher. So I don't think he's that bad at number 9. I mean, he might not be Vardy, but I don't think he's that bad. Secondly, I wasn't watching the game from it started, but when I check my app and see the stats, before Southampton got the red card, Southampton had like 70-something% of the ball. Southampton were dominating Leicester before they got that red card. And funny enough, Thursday when we talk about the game, I said that Bednarek is prone to giving away a penalty or getting a red card. And Vestergaard was the defender who I rated back there. Unfortunately, Vestergaard get the red card. And Bednarek, somehow helped to hold them up. Him and what's that young midfielder that they put at centre back? Because he's actually a central midfielder.
Oh, Oriel Romeo?
No.
What's his name?
He's African youth. Salisu. No, what's his name? Damn, I can't remember his name, but he plays midfield a lot of the times for them. But he was the one that went back there and it's Salisu. He can play holding midfield and centre back. But yeah, him and Bednarek actually saved them. But Leicester kind of bad luck in that game because they created chances. They created a lot of chances in the second half. And I mean, I did not see Southampton holding out, but that showed us another side to Southampton because normally they're not a strong defensive team, and especially them going on to 10. But I guess the saying is right. Sometimes you play better with 10 than with 11. So they proved that.
Well, I'll give Southampton credit. You're gonna beat Leicester. If you try cement just yourself in the top 4, you have to win that game.
They have a cup final. And they have a cup final to focus on. They need to get themselves together.
Yeah. All right. We're not spending time on them. All right, go on, Jiggy. Go on, make it fast.
Greg, I'm not disrespecting Iheanacho, Greg, but I'm saying to you that if you're gonna play Champions League, is Iheanacho the person you want leading your line? If you say you're going on to win the Premier League, right now is Iheanacho the one you want leading your line? So those are the questions you have to ask in order for your team to improve, right? You have to look at each position critically and and say, yeah, he's a Nigerian baller. We want him to do well, right? But is that the person you want to lead the line for Leicester City, and would he get the job done? Look at players. Mr. Danny Ings, he's often injured too, but he also works very hard. And the other question is in my mind is like, what is Aguero gonna do? Like, I would stay in the Premier League because I have opportunity to be the second overall leading goal scorer for the Premier League ever, right? After next season. So I would stay in the Premier League if I was Aguero. Where is he gonna go?
He ain't going to Leicester.
I don't know.
He ain't going to Leicester. I mean, he'll go to probably Barcelona or something, or one of those Italian teams. But
He probably end up replacing
Probably
Lukaku.
back to Atletico.
yeah, I don't see him staying in our Premier League because he have so much invested in a city, and the city owners love him. I don't see him going and playing for the next Premier League.
Probably back to Atletico. And next thing with this Leicester team, too, you have to realize he changed formation mid-season because they're no longer playing 4-3-3.
Yeah,
They're now
three
playing,
now.
what is it, 3-4-1-2, something like that. They might play, so they don't have the Harvey Barnes and this knucklehead, a good coach, but he's still a knucklehead, stubborn coach. You can get rid of Demar Gray, who would have had something to them in the wide position. So you two probably, yes, Jiggy. Without Harvey Barnes, who else they have wide? Because Iose Perez is not a good wide player. Albrighton is past his best. Iose Perez play better playing after striker. He can play as a second. You see where they got Iniacho playing right now off of Vardy? Iose Perez excels in that position. He's not a wide player. You see me? And like I said, Albrighton passing best already. So then, actually, to me, it's not strikers that's their biggest problem. It's wide players. Because his best formation, Rogers' best formation is playing the 4-3-3. And he has the players. Because he has, come on, Madison, Tielemans, and NDD, he has the players to play his three midfield. He just need the right wide players so he can go back to his formation.
That's not Demar Gray, Greg. We talk about this where, you say man are not played, right? But Brendan Rodgers changes up his team and he needs cerebral players, bro. That's why when they went up against Manchester City and he said to Perez, okay, I'm gonna drop you in the midfield when I control the midfield. Perez ain't no cerebral player, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why he looked lost in that position because Madison was kind of out. He wasn't playing well. He brought him on, and that's why he brought in Priat, man with some thought about the football and not just using their speed. Demar Gray don't bring in nothing cerebral. That's why I let him go. He wasn't even playing him.
Yeah, but
Brendan Rodgers give players opportunity. So if you forward
not
and
really.
you have the skill and you let him give the opportunity, bro, he never make it.
Yo, we really got 20 minutes.
He did not give Demar Gray the opportunity. He did not give Demar Gray a chance. He did not. Demar Gray probably got a handful of games under Rodgers. I mean, before Harvey Barnes start getting those goals and assists, Harvey Barnes was getting game after game after game and continuously missing chances. I mean, yes, he saw something in him, which is the reason why he continued to try. But Demar Gray didn't get a fair shot when he took over. I'm not asking that. But anyway, like I'm saying, I'm not really saying that it was down to Demar Gray alone. I'm saying that he needs wide players. I think that is a bigger need for him. Just like at Liverpool, he had good wide players. He had excellent wide players to complement his striker.
Oh, Flanagan?
I said wide players. I did not say fullback. Sterling was one of them.
All right, we are going to move on. Can't believe we spent 80 minutes to talk about Leicester.
That's unbelievable.
I don't understand Leicester. Football,
Palace and City. It worked out in a Klopp favor because Klopp managed to rotate the squad and still get him clean sheet and him victory.
Did he say Palace and City and then say
Let me ask you.
Before the live start.
Pep managed to rotate the squad and
well, you lose the voice, you lose the sound again, Bojo.
Unbelievable.
So only you when me say Klopp. But anyways, as I say, Pep managed to rotate. No man, not tell like on Brian there, sir. Anyways, yeah, he managed to rotate the squad and still keep him clean sheet and 3 points away from the title. Easily in the office for him. Thoughts, Blacks?
The only thought I had about that game was when I look at the bench of Manchester City. It was Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Ika Gonan, Zinchenko, Stefan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, and Foden. My God, what a bench. That must be the greatest bench in the history of the Premier League. I don't think any team has ever had a bench like that in the history of the Premier League.
And Stones out with a red card.
And Stones was out with a red card. Please tell me a team that you all think have ever had a bench that great in the Premier League. Imagine to have that as what you can bring towards a season. That you can put those players on a bench and still play a game. And not just play a game, play and put a solid team out there just the same way. It was amazing. I spent the entire time looking at that bench and said, I wish the day my team have a bench half that good. Not that good, no, just half that good.
Sir,
it was amazing.
Please stop disrespecting Shaqiri and Milner.
That's what I'm saying. Ask Chamberlain.
No, funny enough, Chelsea squad, I think 2017 Chelsea squad was pretty deep. The team that had Ramirez and Oscar and Hazard and Mata, and they had a deep squad. Apart from prolific number 9, they had a very deep squad.
Greg, I'm not
squad, especially when Mourinho first got there.
And they had a very deep squad. Trust
Greg,
me. City won the league, but Chelsea had the better squad. Trust me.
I don't say no, but a bench like that, Greg.
Yeah,
did you hear the names I call?
Jiggy, I mean, Bujo thing freeze. Look for it.
You don't think Jeremy was a good player for Chelsea? Good midfielder?
No, but it again, if you look at it, City overwhelmed the league this year. They have a phenomenal team. They have a well-rounded team, and the fact that they fix their defense and just forward, it's overwhelming what they're doing right now. And looking forward, probably the only team I think really can challenge them next year is if Chelsea forward them start to score goal. Yeah, because they have a deep team still. Manchester United is a false down in my view, but.
Why is that? Is that because of the coach?
Exactly because of the coach. That's the reason. you have to have all the different facets to win a league, and they don't have that part under control at the moment, in my view. But it's amazing what City is doing. The team is phenomenal.
No,
I'm not afraid of no Manchester. Liverpool, I'm not afraid of no Manchester United supporter.
Somebody accused me about his Saturday man. Say we always a bash Man U and we don't have no Man U fans on the live. Buju, where's JR? I will give up my spot for JR because the man name said they stopwatch because I will talk bad against Man U.
Yeah, I cannot make it every night. We need another Manchester United.
They're saying we are analysts. We're not supposed to be biased.
Yeah, I cannot make it every night.
We're fans.
So, Man U fans out there in the chat or wherever. Yeah, just give me a link and send the link on the live. Cause we don't want to beat nobody team when they're not on the panel.
Yeah, Travis, stop typing and talk. Oh, Bujo, you want Jiggy take this question before we move on?
Which question? Jiggy, take it. I'm gonna see it.
Tapa question. Let's talk about the anarchy with the Man U protest.
I think we're not gonna leave that for last.
Oh, yeah, leave it. Okay.
But Mike, we have spent too much time on talk about the rest of game them, too much detail.
All right, quick and fast. Brighton leads.
I like that game there. Good surprise. Never see that forward.
Shane, that coach need to get a bigger job.
Well, that's what I was saying. That the thing with Potter, just look on all in game them, look on him trajectory, look on what he has done ever since him forward in the Europa League. As I said, when he get notoriety from was in the Europa League and he used to coach, and he forward over and they do a good job. Every game I watch him in team them discipline and team them tactically aware, and him coach them up. He now go get slapped 9-0 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's a really good, understated coach. I like what they do with Brighton.
Yeah,
Even
it better.
you can score worldies. And if you can make Danny Welbeck score worldies, you are a great coach. Let's
It
go.
better than the 3 PG Jadem in the league. Well, 2, 1 gone already.
Unbelievable difference. Unbelievable. Cruyff turned Danny Welbeck, their non-scoring striker. They pull off. Shocking. Next subject. No, but that was a good win for the bro.
Yeah, and like I said, Shane, he make Welbeck look good because Welbeck missed he missed a bunch of chances for them. Now, if he was at Arsenal and missing all those chances, would have killed him. You know? But the difference between Arsenal now and Arsenal then is, I don't know if you realize, but we don't create those chances anymore. And that will show up the people, them like the Aubameyangs and the Lacazette, because the chances them now create. So we not get to score the amount of goals, or the strikers not get to score the amount of goals where they would have scored at one time. Right now, me I look on it and me I wonder if, no, me never say it. Go get jiggy too much.
Just say, bro.
Say, man, talk your mind, man. Yeah,
I
somebody out
wonder
there may need
I
this.
wonder if Emery
Just say it and say it
system created,
fast. Hurry up.
I wonder if Emery system created more chances than Arteta's system right now.
But Emery is a better coach than Arteta.
Well, he's more experienced, but yeah, look on it.
Bro, Arteta is a good coach.
Aubameyang scored more goal for Emery than he's doing for Arteta right now.
But that's why I also said, I mean, I'll piggyback off the point you said that they don't create enough. That's why I said on the blog that why would you go out and pay 40 million for Tammy Abraham, who is not scoring all that much at Chelsea?
Oh no, I don't want him on my team. I share wanting him. I don't want him.
No,
But again, what do you mean he's not scoring that much at Chelsea? He still is the top scorer at Chelsea. What are you talking about?
Bro, Giroud not have more goal than Tammy Abraham, you sure?
I'm not sure.
Which Giroud?
Yo,
Relax, give me stat.
Chelsea
you have to
create
have
No, he don't.
more opportunity than Arsenal. Why would you then pay $40 million?
Because Lacazette is about because Lacazette is getting older. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you. Well, Liverpool can do better than Firmino right now, and I wouldn't be averse to signing him. Yo, listen to me and listen to me carefully because Lacazette is getting old, and I think he only last year in contract. So you have Martinelli and you have Martinelli, and he's doing a good job. But you don't rate Martinelli, and maybe he's a left winger. You need a striker, bro. And I'm thinking to myself that if you're a good coach, you sit back yourself for getting somebody like Tammy Abraham and work with him, and he have all our tools. I'm telling you right now. When you love to hype up, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you have a good name, DCL or whatever. I think that was an old security company in Jamaica. But again, he is a good player. Just give him a chance, give him a run. At Chelsea,
But what I'm saying, I've gone over head, Shane.
Bro,
I'm telling you, the coach is supposed to work with Tammy Abraham. And not Tammy Abraham, the coach, if you work with the coach, if you work with himself to find a way to create an offensive system that creates opportunity for people to score. And he has not done that. Yeah. So how tell me when can't
Shane,
goals, bro?
Shane, I wouldn't go out and spend that for Tammy when the Celtic striker to me.
Bro.
But yeah, the Celtic striker to me has more to his game than Tammy Abraham.
I like Tammy, bro.
You know,
he's a good player.
You know, Shane always talk about levels, and say there's levels to this thing. Listen, man.
Level 4.
Let me tell you. But let me put it in this context. There is a level for certain players, and they will look good in those. We talk about Danny Welbeck a short while ago.
Chelsea, bro.
We talk about a short while ago. Danny Welbeck. He's at his level. That's Chelsea. Where he should be. He will be good there. We talk about what that boy was done by Villa right now from Chelsea.
Ollie Watkins?
No, the midfielder. Ross Barkley. He's no back down to his level, so he will look.
I think you're being unfair.
Again, this is my analysis. This is my opinion, sir. My opinion is that they are down to them level. Even Maitland-Niles, who is down at West Brom, is now back to his level. That's his level.
That's up for a debate because when he got the chance to play midfield at
all
Arsenal,
of it is up for a debate, Greg.
When he got the chance to play midfield at Arsenal,
again.
And the one game Wenger using there, he looked good against Manu. But anyway, let me add something to what you just said. Go against what you just said. Ross Barkley in his prime versus Chamberlain in his prime. Ross Barkley is a way better player.
Chamberlain is not at his level right now. He's at a lower level. He's at the wrong level. That's the problem.
Well, in Champions League and Premier League, we don't know.
Again, he's not at his level for him to produce and make him look good. He's at the wrong level.
Bought him for 30 million.
Chamberlain should be playing for Crystal Palace and Ross Barkley and those guys. They should be playing for Crystal Palace and Brighton and Burnley and all those teams. That's their level.
Ross Barkley is supposed to be playing for Charlton Athletic. Stop it.
Charlton Athletic, Jiggy? You're right.
This is what I'll say, right? There is a dearth for top quality striker. It's not like back in the days when you have whole heap of strikers lurking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a dearth of top quality strikers out there. So you see where Premier League clubs will go out there and spend vast amounts of money upon Sebastian Allers or you understand what I mean? I'm not going to mention the people, but again, one of you understand is when you look at Ollie Watkins, look on Patrick Bamford, who enough people when they're saying can't score goals at this level, right? I'm telling you, look at somebody like Tammy Abraham and you have all our tools. You put him in the right team, give him the confidence he will score goals. I see him as a 20 goals.
Arsenal is the right team, sir.
Yes, because there is not many difference between him and Lacazette right now, son.
Brighton is a perfect team for him. They create a lot of chances and he finish them.
I'm not respectful. The man is still young. He's 23.
Anyways, Watford is returning to the league, and Watford needs a striker. By the way, Watford is trying to get Ashley Young back.
Wow.
Remember that?
Lingard again, next player.
That's where that is breakout.
Lingard, them level blocks.
Yeah, levels to this.
That's fine. But I just don't think that people like Calvert-Lewin better than him.
All right, Chelsea.
Go ahead.
West London Derby.
Moderator, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look on the score first, but anyways,
2-0, man. Come on.
Easy. Well, I tell them, I'm feeling for Fulham, but I saw you got life.
They're out of here, bro. They are all.
Question. Can we not really say much about this game? Is there any player in Fulham right now that you would sign as a top 16?
Yeah.
Because normally when teams get relegated, you look on them and say, boy, would I take a player with him? Is there any player in Fulham right now?
Which player said?
Anderson. Shane will take Anderson.
He's a good center back.
I would sign Anderson. I would sign Anderson.
Jiggy. Liverpool want a centre back, Michael.
I would take nobody from Fulham. None of them.
Bro, I already gave my opinion on that, bro. Fulham.
Not one player from Fulham. I see that.
Fulham, none at all?
Not one.
You know that Alphonse Areola is still a very good goalkeeper.
Again, there's not. So what would Liverpool do with him?
Well, in campaign,
as a backup,
you don't have a good backup.
Again.
Ari,
actually, we do.
Goalkeeper them in the world. You understand? He should be keeping the French. No.
Second best keeper is better than that. Like, Kohler is better than that.
No.
You have to know where you're top about. So get out of here.
Jiggy take shots right now.
Bro, have they even scored on Kohler this year? Have they even scored on him?
Jiggy, you're just taking shots right now. Mute.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, we get Greg out of here.
Okay, then.
Yes, we have to say Mason Mount have been very good. Mason Mount, come on. Mason Mount have been very, very good. Listen, Mason Mount.
Really, Bujo? Really?
Come on, bro. This is serious football. And Mason Mount, I just want to point. I just have to give him a shout out. I've been really good for Chelsea. Again, it's a player where you want. Where you want when you have players forwarding through your system is players who forward through and them no hide. Them always did it. Them want to take responsibility and really forward chief to forefront. Give him credit. What's up, Greg?
Hold on.
Go on, Greg. Go
As
on.
much as Maria Mason Mount, and when me and Chelsea fans are bash him earlier this season when Lampard was there, I may not defend him. Why you gotta take shots at Ozil? Seriously. Mason Mount is a player that doesn't hide and he shows up.
No,
Come on, bro.
no.
Hey, but you know, Ozil
Hey.
was a starting player for a World Cup winning team, but I don't want to point that out. Just
Hey,
people want to make these fake comparisons.
Give Mason Mount credit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Alright,
he's
quick
good.
out.
I've been giving him credit. I like him.
quick off. You know what gonna be interesting this year, even though I think we know who are gonna get the award already. Young player of the year. It's gonna be interesting this year.
Saka.
Just Lingard.
What?
Saka.
Just Lingard.
Just
He's
Lingard,
still-
that's it, bro.
Lingard can still get it, right?
Oh,
Phil
Foden.
Foden not gonna get the award. But
Foden.
it should be interesting. Saka, I make a good shout. Mason Mount, I make a good shout. It's not gonna be interesting, but they're not gonna give Phil Foden. I already know that.
None of them are going to give Phil Foden. Phil Foden has earned the award.
That's a fair
I don't
point. It's a fair
Yeah,
point.
yeah, it's Foden.
There you go.
We're
There you go.
between him and Saka, but it's Foden. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
One thing back to
The other thing is, who scored those two goals for Chelsea? Wasn't it that boy Kyle?
That's what I was gonna touch on.
Hey,
Then
hey,
I
so-
use him as
Don't
number
talk
9.
like that. Don't talk about $100 million waste.
Again, if Chelsea, 3 big money spenders, but them spend the money on, start to score and assist goals, it's gonna be a scary looking team. If Havertz, Werner, and ZH start to actually produce how they have produced other places, it can be scary. And you see that there's somewhat of a turnaround right now for them.
if we get a prolific striker.
And Werner is not a prolific striker. He hasn't been this year, but he is a prolific striker.
But he,
All
he,
this-
look,
you know-
he still want to float about and play off a wing.
But quite a few times I hear you and Jiggy talk about, we want to see this player do it for more than 1 year. He has done it for quite a few years in Germany. He made the transition to the Premier League, and it hasn't it hasn't been fluid. But that doesn't stop him from being a good
The
striker,
thing-
and I think he will
think
score.
EPL are bug league.
I rate him.
But
Yeah,
we-
but Jiggy,
but Jiggy, we
how many
spoke
players-
about this last week.
How many
and
players hit the ground running in England?
But Greg,
That's what
last
I'm
week,
saying. It's harder, bro.
but
Yeah,
last
so
week we
the
spoke
amount of
about
time.
Last week we spoke about this, and my argument was the difference is to say EPL is a harder league or is not a bug league or whatever is that. However, Timo Werner is missing sitters. You don't need to play in a bug league. Sunday morning, if you miss sitter, you miss a sitter. It doesn't matter what league it is, and that's what he's missing.
That's a
So
fair
if
point.
you look at it in that context, he could have had 20-something goal if he was a scoring sitters. I'm not talking about no goal. You have to pick out the top corner or you have to drive it from 25 yards out. I'm talking about one-on-one with the goal
so to
with a
speak.
side open and he missed it. You know, and he would have
Right.
had 20 goals.
I think
Alright,
he's
Blacks,
movement
we
is very
agree
good. I always think he's an intelligent footballer and can do. I still believe in him. Think he can do things.
And he has over 10 assists, I think.
Yes.
Blacks,
Yes.
I agree with you, but if you remember, I said this long time. This Chelsea team, yeah, this our me speaking of Chelsea.
Oh my God.
My gosh, where is he? Where is he coming from?
This this how I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of Lampard with a super team and a better manager forward income coach the team and see it forward there. Anyways, we move on. Greg did have something.
Yeah. Black said the 3 big signings they made, ZH, Havertz, and Werner. You know, they might forward you and start be excellent. I think the 2 Germans, definitely, you have to fear them. We see where their potential, but ZH mindset right now, because ZH continue to complain about the English league and the rigors of the English league. I don't know if Ingo will get it. if he go really excel in England. You know, if you're not mentally tough over here, so it just not gonna happen. But Werner Havertz, you can see say they have the mentality where they go continue fight. Because I mean, Havertz is like a QB, a top QB in the NFL. If he throw a pick, him just get that out of your mind the next series and try to get a touchdown. Now Havertz, Timo Werner. Because Timo Werner we missed 10 goals, but he still go make the run again. And he still go try a goal again. So that is the mentality of a player who see themselves that good and know say yes, they can be that good or then go get better. Havertz same way. I mean Havertz is a bit like as it basically kind of like a Ozil, but he is so talented. And typical German, even though he's a midfielder, he reminds me of Ballack in the fact that he can score so many headed goals. You know, he's a big boy. He can handle himself in the box. So Havertz then go get goals from Havertz and go get assists from him. But ZH, if he get his mind right pretty soon, he might become a flop. And funny enough, when them buy him, made it scared because him made it fear the most.
Also, Captain America also.
Huh?
Captain America has been injured a lot this year, you know.
Well, he is injured really. I keep him out. I mean, we see what he can do whenever he plays.
Perform when he not injured.
Yeah, he performs. Him and Mason Mount in that team. I mean, they give a lot of headaches because they just keep popping up all over the place. You know, it's hard to keep them quiet. You need somebody to really kick them, like, but them have the kick of them, Rudiger and Kante. So, you know, sitting and have Fernandinho and company, and Fernandinho is about to all. But then too, you need to kick them out of our games, or else they will give problems. So next year, I don't want to see Chelsea team next year.
Especially with the coach having time to fully implement his system and all them stuff. Then I think Chelsea will be a really good challenge to City next year from that perspective. All the other teams I think has a lot to do. Manchester United has some work to do. Liverpool definitely have a lot of work to do to catch up. But Arsenal I think is too far behind to catch up.
We have
Tottenham can make the leap, but they need a coach. So, do they have the coach? If Tottenham ever find a real coach and probably another player somewhere, they also can be a good challenger next year.
So we have more work to do than Tottenham?
Yes. I would take Tottenham team over your team right now. All the players on Tottenham compared to give me all the players on Arsenal, I would take Tottenham team.
No, center back can't match for them, you know.
Again, give me both teams and say choose one. I would take Tottenham team.
Well, funny enough, they have been on paper. They've had the stronger team since Wenger was.
Yo, or we reach a Tottenham, bro. We don't reach.
Well, you don't say.
I don't mean.
My name yeah, I
don't mean. But I'm not to do with that, you know.
Greg.
Anyways, or we reach a Tottenham, bro.
All right, Bojo. Enough for Chelsea.
We haven't discussed Bojo. We haven't discussed
Everton.
No, Tuchel as an upper echelon coach. You know, some people have disrespected the man, and he has gone up against every coach coaching today, and he has performed outstanding. But okay, let's move on.
Discuss that next year. Next year, let's talk about it's next year before we talk about that. You can get some 1-0 results with Chelsea. It's fine. I mean, come on, man. Let's do that next year. It's fine. We'll have time. God willing. Next subject. I'm not impressed yet.
All right.
Man.
We are going to Everton, but I look for a comment I did say earlier.
Make Shane talk about Everton.
Yeah, man. When Papa say if Ancelotti should be considered a failure.
Yeah.
Yes, he should be considered a failure.
Everton is at their level. What are y'all talking about? Who should they be above?
No.
Who should they be above? Everton is at their level. They're right where they're supposed to be.
They brought in players with a coach who's a good coach, who was a proven coach, right? They added players. they have failed. Ancelotti have failed in what they are trying to do. The intention of bringing in those players was to go to the battle to go to the Champions League, and he failed on the goal. That's why they brought in all those players. They brought in Dagore, they brought in Alan, they brought in James, they brought in players to support the cast. They said, let's solidify our defense. Let's get the extra defensive midfield.
Who they bring in to score the goals? Because goals is what bring you up the table.
James, bro.
James create, not scores.
Create and score.
Yo,
again.
Let's not do
someone look at the league.
Because, you see, this is the thing. Before the season start, it was the same thing.
Incorporate this into your answer. Shane. Why would the owner pay this money to bring in these players, if not for the ambition that they had for the club? You can incorporate that into your answer.
Of course, I'll do that. That's easy. Because they don't have good direction. Because I said before the season start, you're getting all of these midfielders, 150 different midfielders. You don't have somebody to score the goals. So, unless you go tell me, said DCL or DLC or whatever I name, and go forward and he start off the season brilliant. And everybody's like, oh, look, let's give him a good, cool name, DCL. He look phenomenal. He score goals. But, like, they can't continue scoring the goals. And then defense is questionable. The team is where they basically Blacks is right. They are Europa League team. That's what they are. They have good little players. You understand? You talk about James, like he's a good player, but an idea, bro. You need people who go really be consistent week in, week out. And they just have to track that, bro.
The team has fell off since the core got injured like 10 weeks ago. But you have to incorporate that too.
Bro.
The team fell off since the talisman in the middle of the park got injured. They have Tom Davis.
Man. The only the one thing I'm disappointed in honestly is Richarlison, because I think that he should go to the next level. I keep waiting because I do think him one of the players I'm really rate. I really do think, and I think they say Ancelotti mentioned it where they must say, boy, he hasn't been as good and as consistent as they would have wanted him to be basically. So Richarlison's an individual who me really rate and me disappointed in her. Apart from that, it's Everton, bro. And that's what they do. And their level, Europa League, nice little team. Even with Ancelotti, you still need the players, then, bro. And then you have the players. If they ain't go out and get a Romelu Lukaku or somebody like that, if you really score 20 to 25 goals, that's how you get it up in attack 4, bro. And you don't have that player.
No team will win anything with Jordan Pickford as a goalkeeper. I don't care what you want to say. No team, it will never happen. And Jordan Pickford and Holgate as their defender. That will never happen, man. They will not win anything with those.
Yerry Mina, you don't rate Yerry Mina?
Yeah, he scored a header against England, but that was it. That was the height of his career.
Well, Shane, I want to point out.
Greg, you're mute.
I don't think any team in the top 4 have a 20-goal scorer. It's scoring by committee. Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool is not in the top 4. It's scored by committee, bro. Right? No. So if you look at West Ham have what? 2 double-digit scorers. I think in the new Jamaican Antonio and Jesse Lingard.
New Jamaican.
Right? So this year is different from last year, where I think that's how Everton was looking at it. Say, hey, Richarlison has scored double-digit goals for the last couple of years. We expect him to improve. We expect Calvert-Lewin to improve. And they brought in they brought in this black number 9 from Newcastle or whatever. I don't remember whatever his name is. They expect him to give him 8 or 9 goals, right? And they brought in James, who can also give you 8 or 9 goals. They wanted it by committee.
From Newcastle?
From
Bournemouth.
Josh King, right? Who can give you 8 or 9 goals. So it was a plan to do score.
They got him in January, bro.
All right, so Tapper, ask a question. West Ham or Leicester, pound for pound, are they better than Everton?
Leicester is
pound for pound.
Leicester is better than Everton. They have a coach who who I think has a better understanding of the
Bro,
league.
No,
if you have-
not the coach, not the coach.
No,
team.
no, I'm
bro,
going
if you have
through.
to think about it, that means they're close.
Them
It is
defense,
close.
Leicester defense is better.
No. Hold on. Let's really look on this because it's easy.
Leicester's a better defense.
They have two. All right, so they have the better striker. They have the better midfield, and
They have the better defense. They have the better goalkeeper.
Like, are we joking right now?
Like
that's not
every
better.
facet of the game, them beat Everton. Every facet.
What are we talking about?
I would say Everton have the better front three.
What?
No. Well, not this year.
Vardy better, everybody what they have.
Even
he's not playing well.
I ain't not the best player City has this year. He's better than
Vardy.
everybody.
All right, so James or Madison, who you taking?
Madison.
Madison, no, Greg. That's our
This
problem.
year, Madison,
no.
Madison. Madison, remember, you know, before
Yo, that's a good.
injured.
I swear.
Madison, Grealish, and the youth from
It's tough, man. It's tough.
were the three best midfielders in the Premier League, you know, and it wasn't close enough. They were.
Yeah. But when the season just started, Jiggy, when the season just started, when Everton was leading, James was the hottest thing in the league.
No.
Yep.
But everybody, that is just bubble, the bubble up and Greg, but it calm back down.
He still was not better than Madison. He still was not.
He was.
Madison, Grealish, and Gundogan. Everybody was saying they were the best.
No.
In
Jiggy,
the Premier League.
stop right there. So start at the league, Gundogan never played on.
A joke you're making, man.
This season? No.
This season.
Not this season, Jiggy. Not this season.
Not the start. Not the start of the season. Not the start of the season.
Since the introduction of Foden playing more games, where Gundogan's goal scoring has gone down, and it's
No, Jiggy.
but he's still doing what he's doing.
Jiggy, not
But
at the
Gundogan
start.
score goal Christmas.
Yes. When me tell Man U fans say Gundogan better than Bruno, funny enough, the next game he scored 2, and that's when his spell started.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season, it was a Gundogan.
Christmas him start score goal.
Yeah, man, Gundogan was the one.
When De Bruyne get injured and him get put in at the side and push forward more. At them time him start.
Was helping to keep City afloat when Ake was starting and before they brought Diaz. Remember the whole thing. Remember, I said City started off the season poorly, right? Gundogan was the one helping to keep the team afloat, right? Because De Bruyne was coming back from his knee injury, right? And then when they brought in those two defenders, whatever, and when they brought in Diaz, and then they paired him with John Stones and Laporte, and he solidified the team, that's when Gundogan started to score more. But at the start of the season, yes, James Rodriguez scored 2 or 3 goals. But that was it, bro. That was it, bro.
He was assisting a lot too.
Right?
When DCL are scoring goals, it was James and Luca Digne that were assisting him.
That's true.
You know? And all right, so currently fit Leicester Everton have a better left back right now, because if Justin is fit, I'm gonna pick Justin over Luca Digne any day. But right now Luca better than whoever Leicester have a left back.
Are we saying then is Brendan Rodgers just coaching way better than the legendary, the great, best
He is.
ever
He is. And unfortunately, even David Moyes a coach better than him.
So, Greg.
Hold on, all right.
No, the question I asked. The
Yeah.
question. As a defensive unit, who was the better unit? Everton or Leicester?
Leicester. Easy, bro.
Okay. As a midfield unit, who was the better unit? Leicester or Everton? As a unit?
Leicester.
As
I ask the next question.
As a forward unit, who was the better unit?
So I was gonna move on now to West Ham versus Everton. David Moyes is out coaching Ancelotti, because you can't tell me West Ham anywhere close to Everton. No.
Well, Shane will tell her that Soufal and Soucek are the greatest thing since sliced bread. So don't say that.
Shane mute himself. Really, bro?
Yo, let's use a pen light, bro.
Black. I'll put some context on this. I'm going to say, if Brendan Rodgers did have him fully fit side, them would in another conversation.
Yeah,
That's a fair point, Bujo.
yeah.
Them would in a conversation.
True.
Because if you have a full Ricardo and Justin and ND the whole season and Harvey Barnes, trust me.
Well, you know what I want to say. Remember, I was saying that Justin was the best left back. Are you telling me say Justin is not a left back, you know?
He's actually a right back.
Yeah.
He was playing
But
so
because
well.
Ricardo over there, he just go play left back.
He was playing so well. I thought that he was going to make the English team, but I was saying that based off performance. But we know who Southgate is, and he would not have brought him into the team, even if he played as the best. Even if he was the best fullback for the entire year, he wouldn't get a game because Southgate is who he is, and he already has the fullback he wants, right? And that's it.
So you got
Alright.
for the man.
All right, since stop here the program go the side, we have to move on still.
All right, so we're not coming for Villa Everton. I mean, that was it. Villa win, move on.
Yeah,
I don't
Shane
have
said get them out of
anything.
here. Yeah, Shane said get them out of here.
Yeah, next.
Wow.
I mean,
Greg team.
Arsenal. Greg, you alone gets a conversation.
Watch the game.
good 2-0 win.
Good win, but I was not thoroughly impressed. Looking forward to Thursday. There was anything that jumped out at me that I could say. I mean, yeah, Martinelli still ran good. Rested Saka, you know, we can probably say because he never play, we never see more, but that was really anything that jumped out at me in that game. To be honest,
That was a beautiful goal by
Aubameyang's
Aubameyang.
goal was well taken. Huh?
Yeah. That was a beautiful goal, man.
Yeah. Aubameyang's goal was well taken. I have to give him that.
Let me tell you this. That goal brings Zayn out of his seat.
More
He actually
responsive.
jumped up when he saw the goal.
What I am hoping is that with the way he took that goal, that will be some momentum for him moving forward, you know. And hopefully the coach starting Thursday.
Greg,
And
me give homework before it's stream done. Put up your Arsenal lineup because I love this Arteta. Just keep scribbling down and put up a lineup that you want you will be comfortable with.
Matt Ryan in goal.
Yo, we
Hold on. Write it in the comment section.
Yo, top
Matt Ryan in goal.
Cedric
Right
Ivan.
back. Huh?
No, me I say stop. I say I'm confused why Mourinho get fired and Arteta and some other man still have them job. But I want to point out that on the blog I said that I can't believe that the Spurs fired him right before the Carabao Cup or FA Cup finals. Like you fire the coach
Welcome.
after the man bring it to the finals. Like even somebody like me who don't like Mourinho because of the style of player. That is it. Because I love his commentaries, right? But the style of play I don't like. I wouldn't have fired him before the finals because he's experienced enough to actually look into what Pep wants to do and make an adjustment.
Brother, it was bizarre the timing and firing. Nobody can argue with that. You know what I mean? So,
Jiggy, that's a similar situation to the Spain. Man of them feelings.
Yes,
it's a similar situation to the
Spain whatever occurred, it did make sense. Because when you look at what the coach name, Jensen, whatever his name was, the coach's like the starting lineup was like questionable. The decisions to change, the substitutions questionable. Like you can't put a man 29 in chat. No matter what you want to say, Spurs is a big club. You can't put a man who not a football experience to coach. It doesn't make sense, bro. But it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
It's fine. Spurs keep losing and the world keep turning. It's fine.
Yeah, that's typical. I mean, they said if Harry Kane had gone to Norwich, he would have 3 trophies, right?
Facts.
I seen that. It was brilliant.
But I mean, experience, Jiggy, but age alone, I mean, Nagelsmann is 33.
Yeah, but he didn't start off with a top 6 club. He
that's
didn't start
what
up a Super League club. He didn't get his first job with a Super League club. Put it that way. Yeah, so
fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I was surprised when he's picked the starting lineup and didn't have Garrett Wales.
The great Garrett Bale. The hat-trick hero.
It's simple. With Arsenal and a team like Manchester United, they give young coaches opportunity and they may look more long term. Obviously, it hasn't been good enough for Arteta, but he still have a saving grace. You know what I mean? However, prematurely Spurs get rid of their manager, they still have a saving grace as it pertains to Arsenal. And if Arteta goes a bang and win the Europa League, then them in a top 4, and last year he still had a saving grace, so he win so again he win cups. So the cups are a saving grace. Can say, you know what, in a season we give Arsenal something tangible. We win a FA Cup, we win the Charity Shield, and maybe he can win the Europa League. It's not great, but it's something to hang on to.
Mojo, quick question. Thursday, if you pick the squad, do you find someone play at left back and move Shaka back in midfield? Or do you play the great Mohamed El Nene?
Put Shaka back in the midfield and make Cedric play left back.
So you're going to have 2 fullbacks that play out of position. Because Chambers is not really a fullback. Even though, give him credit, he plays way better than Bellerin. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Chambers plays way better than Bellerin. But I would like to see Cedric as my right back. But obviously that now happens. So I can agree with that. But you don't think El Nene can
No. My thing is, Cedric, we do the defensive work. He's just going forward.
Yes, Brian, you can go.
Okay, go. Yeah. Cedric in the pretty decent on the defensive end is just going off and going forward where him can't score the ball with him left foot like that. But would rather play Cedric at left back and put Shaka back in the midfield.
Why you allow Saka back at the left back?
So no El Nene. Who?
Saka.
I mean...
Oh, that's an option too. That's an option.
Really? Really, Bojo?
Isn't that what they already doing before?
Yeah, but Saka at left back, when him and Pepe are our most potent wingers right now, come on, don't do that.
Yeah, that's taking a step back.
Yo,
Bojo, don't even think about it. Bojo, don't make Blacks put foolish shit. Don't think about it. Let's pray that because Tierney trained last week. No, funny enough, this physio, this new head training or whatever he is, Neymar them rave about him so much. We got him from PSG, and he was the one that David Luiz returned so early and I forget so. But Aubameyang and Tierney were back in training before expected to. So who knows? Tierney might be ready for Thursday.
Again,
yo, for your team want to finish in a bottom half of the table, we have spent too much time on the team, but you're serious.
I was that game, man.
Who's that? Newcastle?
Arsenal, bro.
How are you, man, with that 9?
Oh, wow.
That's some man.
But hey, one thing I want to mention is Martin Keown and somebody else, some other ex-player say them did talk about Martinelli, right? I see it on Sky Sports, and them say, I forgot who the second player was, but one of them say Arteta obviously have something against Martinelli.
I think it was Ray Parlour.
I think so, you know.
I think it was Ray Parlour.
But them say them think Arteta personally have something against Martinelli, you know. And we kind of share the same sentiments because the youth at work whenever I'm playing, and for some reason the youth can't stay in the side, and you have players where perform. Again, we see them
injured a lot this year.
No.
Oh,
Martinelli?
No. The man just not get a game. The man did have one.
Training, bro. The man was injured in a training.
That was
he's
early in
been
the
back.
That was last season. That was last season, G.
Okay, my bad.
Since he's been back, he hasn't been able to nail down a spot, and he's been effective. So there
Yeah,
is
I
a
like his,
Yeah,
I like his work ethic, and it's not because he's a Brazilian either. He really put out some work there.
Yeah. I mean, not saying that Murphy is the best winger, but he had Murphy defending all game. Murphy on the right back defending all game. Newcastle had two players on him all the time, and he still created a goal.
You know, maybe he needs to go on loan or something.
well.
No, he needs to stay. That's a player. That's a
And we
player
keep,
we know.
and we keep William.
Bro.
Send him alone and keep William.
Yo,
Well, you know,
there was do Arsenal need an next winger? Because I seen something. I seen that Palace game versus City where like Zaha took like a timeout where he just sat on the pitch. Not since Gallas I haven't seen a player do that.
But
But
Shane, are you selling yourself like that? Because I saw it too. I mean, I said, well, right now, would I take a chance with Saint Maxim more than him if you want him to? Because
No,
Saint
no.
Maxim look like no matter who you put him out there with, Ingo just try. Ingo just run at the team and try to give him best. That was not good showing on Zaha's part.
But the difference is, though, Greg,
Bro.
Zaha has done that for years.
No.
And Saint Maxim, this is
No,
what.
Greg.
Well, nobody never hold a gun at Zaha either and tell him to sign the contract 2 years ago.
No,
or a year
That
ago.
was
no,
bad.
that is.
That was
Hey,
bad.
listen,
That was
man.
bad agent. The
He
agent.
Hey.
That was
When
bad.
money is put in front of you, you take that money, sir. You
He
don't
would have
stay
got bigger
around.
money
You
anywhere else.
take
he
up
went
that
to.
money and then you make
That is
nice that
bad.
you want to move, but you don't leave money on
It
the
was
table.
horrible. It was
Don't that
terrible.
foolishness.
It's
But
terrible by the
money.
agent.
Blacks, in all fairness, he hasn't done shit this season.
But
Eze has been the
and
one that's
he's
been
getting
playing.
paid.
I
Let that man
stand-
get his pay. Don't talk
Move
about
on.
that foolishness. Let man get paid. He was
We have
doing
to move
great
on.
and wasn't getting paid. Take that money. Don't be playing around with money, but you're gonna force move and don't take whatever. Take that money.
Well,
Then
like
you make
I
noise that you want to move.
said, he hasn't been playing shit, so he can't complain about his teammates because he hasn't been doing anything.
Bro,
Because now you
I
want
should is
to
doing way better than him.
Greg,
So we
I
have to
saw
move on.
he was playing very well. He was scoring goals. What are you talking
yo,
about?
Champions League time, you know.
Yo, we have to move on.
Go ahead.
And we still not talk about the All right, real quick. Brighton Wolves, not enough. Waste some time that. We should even watch that.
No, go ahead. Next question.
Wow, harsh.
Antonio with a brace today and kill off Burnley 2-1 after Burnley take the lead. Not much to say on the game, really.
Well, the only thing is that the only thing you can say is that West Ham has kept the pressure on the top four. They have kept the pressure on Chelsea. They made that next step towards securing Europe. And they are very close. And you know, David Moyes is overperforming with what he has. The
Give
tools
them
that he has.
credit.
You know, you have to give him credit. You know, and so I don't think we have to talk about it long, but I think you have to give them credit and give them their props for what they're doing.
We have to give them credit. And we've been to give them credit too.
So,
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, they're
Well,
better than Everton. But Buji, and that bad man as an Arsenal fan, you didn't even talk about the great Gareth Bale scoring a hat-trick yesterday. Seriously.
We talk about first game.
Anyway,
no,
not much to talk about there either.
Yeah.
Tottenham dropped 4 points Sheffield. It's Sheffield. They're relegated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relegated Sheffield.
I understand.
flat track bullies Tottenham.
That was a good hat trick though, Tabeel. You understand?
Yeah, I like the first goal.
Yeah.
Good goals.
Yeah. And
Good
again,
goals.
I mean, I'm a Bale. I ask questions. I don't have any problems. I just ask questions. I just question the will be a loving, but yeah, he's still a good player and he still can do these things. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see how he finish out the season. You know, because what if he finish out upon a purple patch as then call it? Is he gonna stay at Spurs and he go try to go back at Real Madrid and get the Zidane treatment?
He claims he has unfinished business and he wants to go back to Real. But
Yeah,
I don't think Zidane wants to.
Laughing like I got you.
I think he likes the golf courses
on the bench.
If Madrid wins Champions League, Zidane goes say, see, I told you, I don't need this guy.
Well, he already did because they already win last season.
Or even La Liga.
All right.
You know, he goes say.
All right, cool.
Buzi.
Now we move on to the shenanigans we're going up at Old Trafford.
The elephant in the room. Man U and their despicable fans. You need a Man U fan.
Yeah.
You
Need
know,
a Man U fan.
Call Ricky. How much o'clock over
All
England?
right. So let's not. This is the first time I've been in support of Man U fans. You know, one of the things that we always say, and it's always this case. You know, you should protest, but don't do it that way. And they always want you to protest the way or them. Or protest don't go the way or people are comfortable. And if you don't make people uncomfortable and do some things to rock the boat, nothing will happen. I'm not sure this is gonna do it anyway. I don't think. I think the Glazers are so far removed from Man U that this doesn't affect them at all. They are gonna make their money. They're gonna take it out of the club as they have been doing. They do spend enough of the money on Man U, so it's not a case because you know they keep saying that he takes money out of Man United, but they do spend a lot of money on players. They probably need to go fix that dirty Old Trafford because it's falling down. It's they say that it's rotten at the moment. But
hey, wait till Kush hear
overall,
that.
I don't think this protest was enough to actually affect what the Glazers are going to do or want to do. They are so removed from the fans, from what really goes on at the club, that I don't think all of this will be sufficient. But at the same time, when people say, oh, the fans went too far and they do all of these things, listen, man, I probably would not have done it. But only time protest has really done anything is when you actually do sufficient to rock the boat. If people turn up there, turn their back, or silent protest and all those things, nothing will happen. The only time something will happen is when you shock the hell out of these people. And it was a bit shocking for some, but I don't think it was sufficient to really change anything at all. That's going on in Manchester United.
So Tapa say, if you say the protest from these fans doesn't matter.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It matters, and I'm happy that they do it. I wish they had linked with some Liverpool fans and then do it together. You know, because they should have done that together. I know, because before the game, you know, I actually had read that Liverpool and Man U fans were doing something together, but somehow Man U fans alone do this part of it. So I thought they actually were going to do it together. But again, say it doesn't matter. I don't think it didn't matter. It did matter, and it was important that they do it. I don't think it was enough. Even though some people are saying, oh, they shouldn't have broken into this place, man. Unless something like that happened, nobody will take note. The Glazers are still sitting on their millions that they make out of Manchester United. They're lying on a money bed right now, and they don't care.
All right, go on, film guy. Go on, man. Go on.
All right, so blacks, why me not disagree with protesting? Because you know I'm from a community that we know how to protest.
Yes, man.
Listen, I'm gonna respond to Tapa. I don't think this protest really do much. Yes, Ian. I mean, yes, you make a point and the whole world see it and the Robbie Earls and Rebecca Lowe's and Robbie Mustos and you know the rest of pundits who were on yesterday gonna then go bash it and say it was despicable. Well, you know, ex-Man U players like Keane and Neville's who aren't with the ownership go say the fans, I mean, they aren't really against what the fans did. But what I'm gonna say is if the fans go just turn up, protest like this, you know, break into the dressing room, you know, damage some stuff. Some of it, I'm not with. I'm not against you breaking into still. Stop the game from happening. As a matter of fact, I'm not against them stopping the game from happening. You know, but if you're gonna do this week and then at the beginning of next season, you still go out and buy these season tickets. Arsenal have upwards of 20,000 season ticket holders yearly. plus a long list the wait for buy these season tickets. If you go to protest, but then you still go have the people that want to fill up the stadium, it is not gonna do anything to these owners' pockets. So just the radicals when they go protest, but then you still have the fans them where they buy the merchandise, I buy the season tickets. I mean, I show up a match day, full Old Trafford to do what? What they hold 70 something thousand. I mean,
75.
it's not really gonna do much. Just the ardent fans them who don't want to see this and I go to the protest. The I'm if you know the upscale ones them who think that this farmer protest is too much and feels the peaceful protest alone go do it, you know, it go defeat the purpose. So what them do yesterday, yes, you highlight something and you know it look bad on the face of Man U, but these owners already come out and say they're not budge, they're not do anything. So
Just
ain't
like
nothing new.
Arsenal owners, just like Liverpool owners, all of them, they're not budging.
Yeah. And if you notice, before you start Shane, City fans and Chelsea fans, yes, they protested for a little bit, but they not continue and carry on like this because their owners are investing in their club. So they don't see that much as a slap in the face. It's the Arsenal, Man U, and Liverpool owners. I mean, what happened to Tottenham fans though? I haven't really seen
But
them.
Tottenham doesn't have any fans. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad.
Yo, yeah, I
Yo,
see them think they were
yo,
for the live, yo.
Greg, City and Chelsea are non-traditional clubs, sir. Like we're talking about fans. Get them out. Like I didn't know a Man City fan until they won Premier League title after that they bought a Premier League title. And Chelsea, I mean, most of these Chelsea fans, like I'm sure Soji don't even know who Gianfranco Zolo is. I mean, I saw these people.
I'm sorry. I look on this different from Greg.
Go on.
I think that fans in this climate what we in now, I think fans have latched onto something where they know how them can galvanize themselves and go out and make a scene and actually get people to look into what they do. Whatever you think about what happened yesterday, what they cause it happen is that Sky wasn't able to broadcast them biggest rated game yesterday. So that is huge. So whatever United front the owners them try to forward out and say, oh yeah, we don't care about what happened, they have to because these fans are not gonna stop. I think that you see how Arsenal just galvanize themselves and get that that huge that huge protest together. I think it's going to be more and more and more and more like that. And the more fans be disillusioned and the more disillusioned fans there is then go be disillusioned by ticket prices and all of the things are forward with football and them feeling like they don't have a voice. They can go there and they can galvanize themselves and go there and cause and stir up things. So I think that you just brushing it off as these owners now gonna really care about it. They have to, Greg. They have to because what happened yesterday, it was heard around the world, and if it continue, which these fans, the more them feel like them voice no hear, then go continue these kind of things, and it's like a new frontier where fans can go there and they can get themselves together and them can cause news agents to cover them and get their message out. I think this is not going anywhere, and I think it go keep the owners actually more accountable. You see Josh Kroenke come out and he have to address the Arsenal fans and all of these things. They're going to be held accountable. So I think this is a good thing. I don't care about Old Trafford being smashed up. Who cares? You know what I mean? I really don't care about that. But it's fans holding people accountable and fans understanding that they have a voice, you know? Because if a game can't play, Sky go start ask questions. Why are we paying billions and we can't broadcast Liverpool and Manchester United at the time when we want to broadcast them? This is no joke. So I slightly disagree with on that point.
The only thing about that, you say, my thought about that, Shane, is that you say if these are some ultras, You see, if these were some ultras that doing this, I would see it so as something that is gonna continue and can continue momentum. The fans that I saw on the field yesterday, most of them were drunk people. But some of them were some little kids running around. It didn't. It's if this was the Man U supporters club that had, and you see that body that really was behind it, and everyone's doing it, I would suspect more would have come out of it, but not from the people that I saw on the field. These were just some people having
the Arsenal protest, right? That wasn't a joke. That was just impromptu. It was not even planned over a prolonged period, and you see how huge that was. Again, these things are not jokes. A lot of disillusioned fans.
But Blacks, to add to what Shane said, I mean, they have the potential. Remember, probably about 15 years ago, English football had problem with hooligans. You know, they still have the potential to.
They feel disillusion. Yeah.
Most of them grew up now, and they're old like me and you. So
yeah, but it's new hooligans, right?
New kids. The only thing I would say though, Shane, is, and that I said before, if you're gonna still have people continue to go out there and buy the tickets, them. I mean, I understand if the games are not being televised, then
yeah.
They go have a problem. But probably some of us who watch the games too, I mean, we go have to be in unison. If we see the fans them were living at these areas and go out on a protest, we're gonna have to be in unison and say, all right, NBC or Comcast, we are cancel the NBC package.
I'm not canceling anything.
How much Arsenal jersey you have, Greg?
Huh?
How much Arsenal jersey you went out and bought and put money in Stan Kroenke pocket?
11. I'm plan feel like them.
And guess and tell me what? Right now, me actually just see it on my phone. There's 50% off in Canada upon all Arsenal jersey. It's like what, 44 Canadian. That's about 30 something for one of those jerseys I have right now. 30 something US dollars. You can send some money to me. I'll buy some and send them down there.
Unbelievable. It's as tempting as it sounds. I'm okay with what I have right now.
I'm telling you, 50% off Arsenal jersey right now.
Yeah, but again, it's that thing where fans understand so they have a voice because of social media, because you can get message out. Remember, all right, think about this, Blacks, right? Think about how perfect the most the greatest civilization there is ever been, right? Is America. It really is, right? Remember what Trump did just a little while ago, right? Where he just galvanized. And again, you can do this. It's easy now with social media, where you get people who have the same one-track mind. You can stir stuff up, right? So it's not difficult at all. You understand? All you need is individual. And there's a lot of Arsenal fans and there's a lot of Liverpool fans, and there's a lot of Man United fans who feel disillusioned. They're not going to stop. Because, again, if the team not perform on the pitch, you get wally for disillusion fans. You have Sky that charge people like pay-per-view prices for watch, like rubbish games like Fulham and Burnley and stuff like that.
14 pounds.
Exactly. They take fans for joke because of them love. So then they exploit their love free football. You understand what I mean? These kind of things get people really disillusioned. And I don't think it's gonna stop. But we'll see. We'll see.
So Shane, you're saying if Villarreal knocks Arsenal out,
oh my goodness gracious!
Sunday's home game against West Brom, the stadium might be lit.
I mean, I might be going over there. Just
me. AFTV will be the highest viewing. They will get their highest viewing this week.
Oh my God!
If something like that is supposed to happen.
I mean, Robbie will be dancing like I go get so much views. It'll be crazy.
Yep.
But you don't understand what I said though. It's not because fans, like whatever you say, people love football, right? They love football, but they don't want to be taking a fool off. And people look on it and say, yo, like people take us for fool. Like if you're a Manchester United fan, right? And you see the Glazers taking so much money out of the club and buying the club on debt. And over a year, that kind of bitterness has festered. If you look at Arsenal and Liverpool, you don't know they say Liverpool not really spend that much money because they don't want to pumping money into a club. You know what I mean? You get disillusioned by all of these things. Well, I think that
you know,
it's going to be issues.
you know, and yeah, that's the one thing I still have a problem with, because over the last 5 years, Manchester United has spent $1 billion on players. Wherever that money come from, I don't care. I'm out here. I don't care where that money came from. But $1 billion on players over the last 5 years. Listen, my man, that means the only problem is the money wasn't spent wisely. And if that money was spent wisely, and meaning they had gotten the result of trophies out of that money, none of this would be going on by these Manchester United fans.
No,
They
but
won't-
they do hold
they
them
won't be okay.
accountable. Yo, don't forget, they say when the Glazers when take over, like there's people out there who really look at every aspect of their club. So even when the Glazers when take over, Ferguson when still win trophies, they will still have a section of the fans who say, yo, how are these people allowed to forward in by the club on debt, right? Hold on. And then want to take money out. So they will have the green and gold campaign and all of these things. They are ready. Again, we understand that losing accentuate and really expedite them bitterness. But again, there's always a section I fan will look on the Glazers and these individuals and say, yo, we don't want them to be a part of the club because we know so then just look for run it as a business. And whatever you say about Man United, they spend a lot of money, but then generate that revenue, bro.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Then generate the revenue. So therefore, if you go back into the club and if you get taken out by some wealthy benefactor, who not really put in no real significance.
They're saying Manchester United should spend $2 billion over the last 10 years then instead of $1 billion.
Yeah, that's the money.
Yo, it's not just the money spent on players. It's not just what about Mikel Antonio? That's a good one. That's a good one. Anyways, it's not just the money wasn't spent on players now. Remember that sure. But that you me have completely.
I will make the fake Mikel Antonio page.
2 bomber goals I scored today. No.
Hey, y'all realize that y'all live, right? Mikel Antonio has joined the live and he's commenting, you know.
First,
anyone has the phone number for the Jamaican coach?
Bujo, you think shot?
Somebody get a brother, somebody weed. I'm not calling my name, I'm not dry snitch on nobody.
Yo, I'm Mikel Antonio. Show some respect, Jiggy. Jamaica biggest forward.
Mikel, me want to forward at Jamaica a long time. I've been telling them, you see what I'm saying? But anyways.
Tell him show your passport.
Yo, you know, a customs officer, you know. But you cost 25,000.
Anyways. Let me not say, I think one of the problems too what the fans have with it's not just the money they spend on these players, blacks. They haven't gone out and gotten this marquee manager. Man. They haven't gone out and gotten this marquee manager that they
like who? Like Jose Mourinho or Louis van Gaal?
Yes.
Eh?
Like Jose Mourinho and Louis van Gaal?
You think the fans wanted Jose Van Gaal, David Moyes, or Ole? Man U fans are really pleased, but
who do they want? They want Zidane, they want Pep. Let them go get Pep across the street.
Nagelsmann, bro.
No, if you ask them right now, Allegri would probably be someone they wanted, you know? Even though they go like they never want Klopp, they wanted Klopp.
Hey, listen, my man. I never heard anybody as happy as Rio Ferdinand. Only at the wheel. You're gonna tell me, say, they don't want him?
Yeah, that's Ole. Come on. Ole, he's a farmer.
Will tell you he wants Ole at the wheel.
He's a farmer player vouching for his
but
team.
Blacker team tell us they want Ole at the wheel too.
Yo, when we're gonna do Champions League tomorrow?
No. Bujo, I'm not well. Enough of these Man U fans.
You think say more want a fourth youth? I want some man.
Jeez.
God.
You turn Bob Marley.
Honestly, what's wrong with this dude?
Hey, Black. Hey, Black Stone, I'm going for already have 4 years now.
I got 3, sir, not 4.
You are one. Zin, when I get couple minutes, everybody I get couple minutes to say them 2 piece for the game.
For the PSG game?
Couple as in 2 or you know.
All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
PSG?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
PSG Chelsea. Let me go on first. Listen.
PSG City, not Chelsea.
PSG and City.
Oh, PSG City. Sorry. As I've said before many times that Pep Guardiola is the best coach in the world. You know, and he has continued to prove that he's the best coach in the world, right? And what I realize is that all season when he dropped the Brazilian from the squad and didn't bring back Aguero and he started to play in the false 9, he was preparing for the Champions League. That's what I realized. He was been preparing for the Champions League. So the reason I'm saying that usually what Pep would do is that in the Champions League, and people would say that like last year when he went up against, I think it was Leipzig, he changed the team and everybody was like, what's going on? We haven't seen this team before. We haven't seen this formation. Why would you do this? This season, he didn't do that. This season, he started playing that false 9. One time he put De Bruyne there, one time he put Sterling there, one time he put Foden there, put all these. So he formulated a plan from early in the season.
Even Ferran Torres
worked on consistently throughout the Premier League and through the other competitions, right? And he dropped Jesus to the bench and he don't give Aguero any game. And he said, this is what I'm going to do. Because when it comes down to the end of the Champions League, into the semi-finals, into the quarterfinals, they always concede a bunch of goals. Monaco concede 6. Leipzig concede several. Every year he has been there, concede in the quarterfinals where he has reached, he concede. But I think his plan was that, listen, if I have people who are cerebral and who can control the ball in every position, the front 3, my middle, then it would be easier to control the game. And that is what, when I saw him did the same thing against PSG without making the alterations, like, oh, wow, Pep, for the entire season, this is what he has been practicing, right, to perfection, where all the players knows what he wants to prevent them from conceding so many goals, which usually happens because he tries to tweak the team to whichever team he's playing when he goes into the Champions League. So that's all I have to say about that. I think that if they continue on, Mbappe is injured, I have to be honest, he's injured. City should close this game out, right? City should close this. They have had the players who are on this team, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, all the players have been there over the last 3 seasons. Foden, all of them. So they have enough experience to not be jolted by the pressure that's going to come to them tomorrow. You know, so that's the difference. So that's what I recognize with what Pep did, is like, hey, let me try this system that's going to help us to control the games when he reached the end of Champions League, because that's what they brought him there for, is to win the Champions League. That's my 2 minutes, sir.
That's 10 minutes, about 2.
All right. Quick and fast. I wouldn't be surprised to see Aguero play tomorrow. The reason I'm saying this is Pep knows PSG is going to try to come running at them. Now, if he has a strike out there, you're at least going to keep them semi-honest. You know? Yes, we know him want to control the game and keep the ball for 85 minutes out of the 90. But if he has a strike out there, then that gives them an added dimension. You know, and somebody like Aguero can hold the ball for a few seconds longer too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he starts Aguero tomorrow. The next thing is Cancelo got roasted at left back last week. It's gonna be interesting to see if he starts him again or if we go with either Zinchenko or Mendy. My mind is defensively solid. He might wanna go with Mendy. I mean, who y'all think is more defensively solid, Mendy or Zinchenko?
Zinchenko. Mendy don't like play defense.
So it might be Zinchenko then, because he brought him in the final few minutes of the Crystal Palace game, probably for getting his feet wet, you know, get him a bit of match time. So who knows? That's probably why he brought him into that game. But that's gonna be another interesting point. The left back, I mean, I think Kyle Walker is gonna keep his spot at right back, mainly for his speed and him. Meanwhile, he can go over there go bounce down somebody if Mbappe does start on the striker position. Other than that, especially with Mbappe not fully fit, I mean, Marquinhos hobbled off the last game, but he was back over the weekend, so he should be fit enough to play. So he is a good leader. He is a very, very good leader, So it's not gonna be an easy game for City, but I still see them having a chance of coming out of this with a victory.
Well, again, I don't see and let me preface it again by saying I only watched the second half of the first game. The second half went exactly how I thought it was gonna go the entire game. And the only thing I see happening is a continuation of that in this game. City is gonna constrict them like a snake. They're gonna just keep the ball and away from them. PSG has the perfect team for counter attack, but that would be with a healthy Kylian Mbappe. He's not healthy, so I think that's gonna affect them a lot. I don't see this team beating City. First of all, they need to come and score 2 goals against City, which I don't see them doing against the City defense. It's one of those situations where City should have killed the game off. They should have gotten that 3rd goal. They didn't. But the way City has been playing defense all year, I think it will be enough for them to do it. And just how they play ball possession, earlier on when we were talking about the Premier League game, we talked about all the players which were sitting on the bench, and you could see probably 5 of them coming back in for this game: Walker, Diaz, Gundogan, Foden, and De Bruyne. All of them forwarding back in, and possibly even Mahrez forwarding back in for this game. Fresh, ready to run. With a PSG team that doesn't have a fit Mbappe, I just don't see it happening. PSG they're out there. They won't come back from this. If this was against Zidane as the coach, I would give them a chance. If this was even against Real Madrid with the experience that those players have playing in pressure game, the problem PSG have is that they do not play games on a weekly basis where another team is this dominant against them. So they don't have the experience playing against it. And I think that is what's going to be the difference.
One of the blocks, we can't just write them off.
I'm saying, this is my opinion, sir.
We can get the 2 minutes already. Shane time. Get the 2 minutes. Agree.
Yeah, I do agree with you. You can't just write them off, and it's up to Mauricio Pochettino. I think that approach towards the second half, the first game was poor. I think he wanted to just keep the 1-0 and really go to negative in a negative way and end up messing up the second half. They didn't play as well. If you have PSG, you have good players. You have to go out there. Them ball possession and them ball retention wasn't good enough either. So even if Mbappe is not playing, again, you have Draxler, you have Neymar, you still have Mauro Icardi, who forward in a couple of weeks ago and scored goals same way. You still have to go out there. If you have Mauricio Pochettino, you have a good team. You have a good team to go out there. You have Pablo Sarabia who play over a weekend. You have a good team to go out there and have a go at it. Yes, you have a go at it and see where we end up. You know what I mean? Because again, you need to score goals. So none of this defensive and kid stuff. Go out there and let's see where what happens. But this KG we are in trying to play second half was really disappointed to me because again, it's not like you play with Tottenham anymore. You have top players who is accomplished. I mean, at a certain point, it was he had Di Maria back playing left wing back and all of these things. It was poor. So we'll see how it goes. It's no excuses if you're PSG. No excuses. You have to go out there and get it done. Let's see, man. Let's see how it goes. I don't want to speculate, but PSG, I still see PSG going out there and winning it. I do see PSG winning it.
All right. Cool.
Hey, can I say? Yeah. Yo, more for talk more, bro. Yo,
know what just happened. You get turned down like Jamaican embassy, so you want to come back from the life. Go ahead and say what you say.
But keep going, man. Go on.
No, I'm saying Blacks. If Neymar shows up tomorrow and plays the game of his life, nothing. There's nothing. The man is so skillful. There's nothing Pep can do. You see, I expect Manchester City to win. I do. I just said it. But if Neymar plays the game of his life, there's nothing Pep we're gonna do about it. What set are you gonna run? Because if you're gonna play Icardi, I'm gonna play the Argentinian youth with the left foot. I forgot his name, right? And I'm gonna play Neymar up front. And Neymar has the game of his life. But what are you gonna do about it? You're not gonna do about it. There's nothing you can do about it, bro. That's how he is. We're talking about him as one of maybe the best player in the world at this time, based on his age, right? What are you gonna do about it?
So he shows up have the best game of his life. But these City midfielders and attackers don't have to be the best game of their life, but they have an excellent game. You're telling me that this one man is gonna outperform this team?
No, won't happen.
But if what I'm saying is that if Neymar is playing
this is
what I'm saying, Greg. If Neymar is playing this well, the other players, it's like we have seen this before in the semifinals of last year. The brilliant game he had and how he fell back into the midfield and played. We have seen this Neymar before.
Okay.
If he
and when he went up,
he is way above Kevin.
And when he moved on to the finals, and tried that, he went up against a Bayern team that was a machine. And what happened? They neutralized him. That's the same thing. This City team have the potential. They can do that. They can neutralize you. It's just one player you're talking about. And he's a great player. But City have great players. They might not be a tier one like him. But if you have 11 tier 2 players going up against one tier 1 and probably two other one we are tier 2 and the rest of them are tier 3. Come on. There's no way him go dismantle this.
Last year Neymar went up against Leipzig. Leipzig is not in the same class as City.
Leipzig they beat us semis?
Yeah.
Semis Leipzig. Like one team. Without Timo Werner? Without
Timo Werner. Leipzig is not in the same class.
Let's move on to Chelsea game.
Let's act like so hold on.
Hold on. Anyways, real fast because when I take 10 years for that. Anyways, big miss for PSG tomorrow. The red card thing they get, I think that's like a hurt.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's like a hurt. You know the mention. But
they have Daniel Pereira.
Yeah, I don't.
But
in defense, I would go with Herrera to play the football, more ball retention. I would go with Herrera.
Herrera, he run off him socks. Good point. But my bad man will want PSG for win. You see me? But the game is in City's hand to throw away right now. And like me say, if Jiggy say Neymar of the game I'm life, hopefully. But I still think it's a mountain for climb. But it can be done.
Why can be done on PSG win?
But I don't want Pep win no Champions League and Premier League one time. You know what?
Why? What does that do? What does that have to do with Arsenal not winning?
All right.
What you mean? You know what to do with Arsenal? Me no want Pep with it.
Why? Because he leave Barca?
No. Me just no want
But-
him winning.
Why you against him so much? That me I try to
Me no
figure
want
out,
none
like,
of the, me no want none of the English team that win it for now. Let's put that out there.
So you prefer PSG win it?
Yeah.
We have against PSG, Greg.
That's another team. I mean, if you don't want City win, PSG is just another team who come in and go try buy it. So might as well let's say you want Real win it then. Who you're
No,
a Barca?
no.
We
You're
are
a
back.
Barca fan, so you don't want Real win it either.
Yo, next game.
Greg Jung. This one a real lad. What type of nice man, boy, real?
Yeah, I want PSG win it, Bojo. You're an Argentine fan and you want Neymar win it? You want
you
Neymar
want
win it? You want Neymar win
Di
it?
Maria. Emmanuel and Di Maria for win it.
You want Di Maria who cost Messi a World Cup to win it, and you want Neymar win it?
I thought it was Higuain cast for Messi World Cup.
Di Maria call out sick from the finals. He takes sick leave. When he was the best attacking player. Listen, Shane, Di Maria was the best attacking player for Argentina 2014 World Cup. It wasn't Messi, it was Di Maria. Before he picked up the injury in the Belgium game, he was our best attacking player.
Did Messi miss the goal like on top of the 6-yard box in the finals? Or did I mistake that?
Messi no miss no goal on top of that 6-yard box.
Jiggy over exaggerate, but anyways, you're not going at that.
Yeah. All right, Chelsea moving on. As much as it hurts, I think they're moving on.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
They played very well the first. To be fair, again, they played very well the first part, the first leg.
I think they're gonna move on.
Yeah, them let back Majid in at the tie. So
I am
it's gonna be
concerned that
interesting.
Chelsea is gonna rule the missed opportunities, and didn't score in those goals.
That's
Again,
true.
we all know this, and this is a fact. If you have one game to win and you have a coach in world football to win it, you would give it to Zidane. You would say, Zidane, go and win me that game. Go and win me that final. Go and win me whatever game it is. And this is one game. It's not that Chelsea is going with a lead. It's not. This game is not gonna end 1-0 or 1-1. I don't see it happening. The goals are gonna score in the second leg, and Chelsea may well rule the chances that they didn't put away and didn't actually. The dominance showing that they had in this game, the results, the score wasn't a reflection of it. Just the same as City. You know, the reflection, I think, should have been more. Chelsea should have been a 2-1 win at a minimum, and City should have been more. And this can come back and bite Chelsea. Saying that, Chelsea played so well in that first leg that I expect them to do it again. And it's quite possible that their misfiring forwards will actually put the ball in the back of the net this time instead of hitting it on the keeper, doing all this other foolish that they do. So I'm still going with Chelsea to win it. I think it should be an all-English final. Just as I think it should be an all-English final in the JV Cup.
Huh? Real got this, bro.
Okay.
Real got this. Okay? Real.
We are
First
talking
of all,
about the JV League or we are doing it live?
no, let's just do another live for JV League. Yeah.
Bedtime.
All right, yeah. Let's close the show.
Yo.
Let's close the show.
Yo, Chelsea. I'm gonna support Blacks on this one. Chelsea got the opportunity to close this game out in the first half. They were wasteful, and this is the issue with not having a top quality striker. Championship strikers, even though they didn't play, they don't do anything for you. And this is the issue, right? We have seen this before. Zidane has won this competition 3 times, right? He does very well in knockouts because he goes back, he studies, right? And he makes alterations. But we are also seeing that Tuchel also makes alterations to his team. So I am very excited to watch the Chelsea versus Real Madrid game, likewise the PSG versus Man City game. It's very good. It's very good for football, bro. It's very good for football. Honestly, I don't want to see that term, but I'm ecstatic. You know, yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a good game. I really want to see Mason Mount has come on very well, at the end of the season, and he's playing some very good football.
He's been playing good all season.
But he's playing better now, bro. I like what he's doing. I was highly critical of him earlier, and he's playing well now. So we have to give him his props. And Captain America, hopefully he's not injured or he didn't go to the urinal and buck his toe or something. It should be a very good game, bro. Honestly. So definitely, I can't wait at all. However, I think Real Madrid would gonna storm back in this game and go through. So it'll probably be a Real Madrid City final.
Well, unlike how you want Black Seat, I think Madrid draw away for them chance. They had their home game first. The way Madrid come out and play. First thing when we see the lineup at 3-5-2, I was like, what the hell is this Zidane is doing? This is not Zidane kind of football. I mean, his go-to is either 4-3-3. Sometimes he play 4-4-2. But yeah, them dash for them chance at the yard. Chelsea they come out gunning. Maybe $100 with biscuits. Team over in our score Wednesday. That's an Arsenal fan betting that. That's how confident I am that Chelsea will get the job done. Unfortunately, it's gonna happen. That's why I want City go through because I feel like City is the team to stop them. Pep have something against them and them stopping chance at a quadruple and Ingo have to trounce them. But if Madrid come out they play anyway, and I mean unless Hazard find back this form that we know him supposed to have, I don't see Blacks, let me finish my statement. No manners. All I'm saying is unless he can somehow find back this form, I don't see anybody on this Madrid team that is gonna lift them so much for them to come out and dominate this Chelsea team that's currently playing. Chelsea is playing too good right now. For Madrid go at the bridge, go overthrow them. I don't see it happening. Madrid don't have any game changer right now. None in this squad right now that is gonna do that. You can go on.
Why would you even mention Hazard? This man hasn't done anything since the day he has left Chelsea. Why would you even bring him up?
I'm just saying, unless that's gonna happen. Other than that, I don't see it happening.
That means it's just not gonna happen. You don't need to bring him up because it's not gonna happen. If they're relying, Hazard is fat. The man is.
You have a problem with fat people?
Yes, fat people don't play football, sir. You cannot play football as a fat person like that.
Yes.
He should not be talked about.
Yeah, boss.
But I say, it's gonna be an all-English final, and if Arsenal do their job, it should be the same in the Europa League. So let's move on. Bojo can wrap up. 3-hour show. Imagine that.
Show?
Yeah, man. Remember, big up Mikel Antonio before your cut.
Yeah, and Tapa.
No, not that Tapa. They are not the real Tapa. Mikel Antonio in first, After he was props.
Let's catch me, Mikel. Get your passport. 25,000.
Shane cut. Anyway, that's the show, guys. Wow, almost 3 hours. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. First Sports TV. Yeah. Big up Jiggy, Greg, Blacks, Shane, take a exit. But anyway, see you again on Thursday at 8 p.m.
Eastern or Central Time?
Eastern. If body early.
Yeah, man.
Would you please give the fans the correct time? 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
If
8:30 Eastern. Can we Blacks? Blacks, can you be available 8:30 Eastern Time?
Listen, y'all don't tell me nothing about being available. I'm the one always sitting here looking at the screen and waiting for you guys to join. So don't be telling me
you're working from home.
I don't work from home. I go to the office, sir. What you talking about?
Anyway, yeah, that's the show. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, and big up all of the panel them. Yeah, Bojo's can represent First Sports TV, and we're out.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
How the hell make you get out of this thing?